beyond the splattered grave.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Beyond the Splattered Graves. Yes, no special guest this week. I mean, I guess we could consider.
Yeah, we have a special guest.
Yeah,
Look, it's Luke.
At this point,
You know, I had to make one appearance.
one of the original
If it was going to be
lineups.
one, this is the one.
But yeah, no, definitely lots of fun. Definitely going to be a different episode this time around. If you saw Evan's channel, considering we are on his, he put up a little post earlier today asking, since we're doing like a little Halloween special here, and honestly, Alex, Knight, and I, we had such a fun time just interacting with the chat, and we barely got into any news. So
Yeah.
I think it was just like, this will be a lot of fun. We're just going to kind of feed questions, go through stuff. There's stuff on that post. If you guys have anything, we're just going to get into the spirit of Halloween since it's only a couple of days away here, guys. Like this month has just been flying.
We talked about this, but I have some.
Oh, that's right.
We did talk about this.
We are drinking, huh? I forgot.
With me.
If you like. But well, Luke,
It
I
makes my
talk to
sciatica
you-
act up.
I talk to you every day, but these guys they don't hear much from you. So how you been, buddy? What's going on?
It's been terrible. I've actually, since the last time I was on, I got stuck in my Sam costume. I just recently got it off, so then I was able to make
Been an
the.
issue.
From the last time.
Yeah.
Back when Sledgehammer was on our first.
Yep, that's why.
yes.
It's like I only put it on ever so often. It's a bitch to get off. So, but I'm here. We're celebrating the spooky season, I guess.
Gotta say,
Oh,
I love
yeah.
that
I mean,
shirt.
I've been
I was
decent.
just planning my annual marathon of that franchise with my best buddy.
You're a
that
little
we do
quiet.
every year. Oh,
Yeah,
Come on, Evan.
Bump
Don't be
them up
too
a little
loud
bit.
though, because it's
how's
like
that?
much
a little
better.
better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Luke, I was saying I love your shirt, the Silent Night, Deadly Night. My buddy and I are currently planning out when we're going to do our annual marathon of that franchise, which we refer to as our hummus marathon.
Loving
Because the first time we watched Silent Night, Deadly Night, when Billy kicks down the door with his axe and goes, "Punish!" Isaiah, my buddy, he goes, "Did he say hummus?" So he thought he just kicked down the door and yelled hummus. So
Is that the
now
one
it's-
where Linnea Quigley gets like slammed up against the?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I want
that's
to,
the-
Thomas, I do want to talk about Substance because Alex has finally seen it. And I
Oh, that's
haven't
right.
seen
That's
it.
Well,
true.
hold on.
We can
Hold on.
definitely make some substance time for sure.
No. I'm sad to report, and this is the thing I constantly deal with. I passed out about 20 minutes into it, and it's not because I wanted to. I was fucking mad. I threw some shit. I was so mad.
You fucker.
I can't help it. Like, I don't know what to do,
your
man.
Ailment. Your
I was so
your
excited to talk to
issue.
you about it.
It looks beautiful. I mean, I got to the point where she opens the package. That was
I think you're
about
going
it.
to love it when you get a chance to see the rest. Yeah.
I mean, I can already tell just the way that it's shot. I like how they're using the lens, like the sort of fisheye lens a little bit.
Beautiful. Yeah.
You can
Which
tell
is
downhill after she opens a package.
Yeah.
So you got what you need.
Dude, the way he was eating them shrimps in the beginning, I was like,
Oh my
"Ugh."
God.
Christina was like, Jesus Christ, turn it off.
It's the grossest part of the movie.
But I mean,
It's-
that's what they want you to feel about him. So it's like,
Yeah.
It's
Very
so
good.
good. It's honestly still one of my favorites of the year. I mean, it's only been a month since we saw it,
Top
but
3
like,
for me.
yeah, I think
it's going to be for me.
yeah, it really, there's nothing that compares right now to it. I mean, Terrifier is one thing. Late Night with the Devil is still up there for me, but The Substance was just one of those movies that just like,
Yeah.
I can't think of a film that I felt like that this year.
Currently,
compared to
my 3
watching it.
favorites are in no particular order: Substance, First Omen, and Terrifier 3.
Yep.
First Omen I
mhm.
still love, and I've
Two
seen it a
great
couple times
films
now.
and one very overrated movie. I'm
Omen,
just kidding.
yeah,
I'm
that's
just
a weird
kidding.
Coming from the guy who's fucking talking up Smile 2 right now.
Hey, man,
Oh.
everyone's their own.
Hey, look, we it's not our fault that we saw it early before all you naysayers hopped on and got it all spoiled. I honestly think that did get a little.
I didn't know anything about it.
I feel like for general audiences, that movie, that was one of the times where early reviews did a little bit more damage than I think helping it, because I think maybe people got the impression that, oh, it's like incredible. Like, we had a great time with it. We enjoyed it. but like it was more of a surprise for us because we didn't go in with high
Did
expectations.
you see the screenshot I just sent you? I saw someone saying that Smile 2 has the greatest opening shot of any movie in horror history.
Definitely don't agree with that.
There
but
is a lot of hyperbole around. It's a good movie. I like Smile 2. I just
that
don't think
opening
it was, like,
sequence though is really solid.
It's
so
fantastic.
I think it's awesome, but it's definitely not the best.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, it's a great
for a
opening
oneer,
sequence.
we just had a movie that we just watched.
The
Oh,
Mads.
Jesus. Yeah, I was about to say Alex saw it. Mads, we just watched that.
Dude, Jesus
this
Christ! I
past
got into an
weekend.
argument with somebody in a comment section.
About
Well,
what?
I didn't get in an argument. I was just like, "Are you like calling out the director right now?" Like that's what I said, and they were like,
Yeah, you
"Listen,
got-
I know
What did they
my
say?
stuff, buddy. You should know your stuff." And I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!"
What did
Okay,
they
what in there?
give us
what
a
was
little
the-
bit of
what was the
play-by-play?
issue? Give me some context here.
Okay, well, they said that there was a part in the movie where there was in the dark where they probably made a cut, and I said, "I don't know. I only watched it once, did not know it was a oneer, and then." Afterwards, did some research on it and found out it was a oneer. I wasn't forensically deciphering the movie while I was watching it. I wouldn't do that the first time anyway. Second time,
I thought
yeah.
you were on set when they filmed that.
Yeah, well, that and I was born the guy who directed it, so you know. But I've
See, you're
forgotten it
supposed to
because
be
I
in the
fell
know
asleep
here,
one night.
Alex. Come on.
But no, I was like,
Oh.
dude, I was like, you can't get mad at me about that. You can't call me out on that because I reported to you what a review is. I said, that's my job. He said, well, YouTubers are supposed to know things. You're supposed to be an expert, aren't you? I was like, dear God, I hope you don't think every YouTuber is an expert.
Dude, I look like a complete jackass in our new video. It's doing really, really well. And I look like a fucking dumb shit because I
Which
called
one?
the new list I just put out last night. It's literally one of like it is currently right now. Thank you guys if you're showing up from that, by the way, is probably going to be our most successful video to date on the channel.
Nice.
It's pacing that way right now, at least based on our analytics. But it's one of those things where I went in and completely forgot that Peter Jackson had done Meet the Feebles and I got in Bad Taste
How dare you.
before he did Dead Alive. So I went in and was like, because I've only seen Bad Taste other than that, and they're both like, you know, relatively similar plots with the zombies and the all the other crazy shit going on there.
You
They're
deserve a
splatter
light
movies.
flogging for that one. You do.
Yeah, right. And I totally own up to it. I put the pin in the comments. I said I fucked up. I'm sorry, guys. But all I said was this is his first film. And then I went in and just talked about the movie. But like, yeah, I fucked up, and now I'm gonna have to own that for the rest of the time.
YouTubers are not perfect. I just had the same thing where I didn't even bother checking this because I remember reading that Terrifier 3 had a different editor. So in my video, I was like, Leone didn't edit this one, and he did. So like, we make mistakes
Oh, you
all
should
the
quit.
time.
That
Yeah,
was
you
the
quit.
same. That was
I
the
just
same
didn't bother checking because I had
I-
heard before it came out that there was a different editor. So and there was an improvement in the editing. So I went, clearly there's a different editor, and I said it in the video and didn't bother checking.
I went in full
wrong.
confidence that Dead Alive was his first film because it was the first of his like early works that I had seen. Because like I said, I still haven't seen Meet the Feebles. So
You need to.
I
That's
just-
what I mean.
know. Well,
when
you
they
can't
put the
find it
4K
anywhere.
out, well, I got
if
it on
they put the 4K out.
DVD. Yeah, they're going to. It's going to be Bad Taste, Meet the Feebles, Dead Alive, and The Secret Garden.
Hell yeah.
Those
And-
four are going to be put on 4K. He already
can't
said he was
wait.
going to make a box set of it. He was going to pick probably going to pick one of the, people to do it, like
Give it to
Vinegar or
Arrow.
something.
I hope Arrow
Probably,
gets it.
I was thinking that, or maybe Shout because he's a bigger name.
Mhm.
You
But
talking?
yeah,
Do you want to
I
join
was-
the podcast?
but yeah, no, I was totally just like, man, I flubbed that so hard, and I'm gonna have to literally live that down for the rest of time that this video is
Yeah.
like mainstream, like while people
Got-
are watching it.
Just to be clear, guys, look, we know a lot. We've seen a lot. We know a lot, but we don't know everything. We weren't born these people. We didn't create the movies. We're learning about them as we go, but we have this propensity of searching and studying these movies, unlike other people, because we find it interesting. So we will be wrong sometimes, and Godspeed.
Like
I don't
Alex
know.
was saying, we're better than you, and
Yeah.
that's just what
That is the takeaway.
That's what everybody thinks about us,
Yeah.
don't they? Like,
Yeah.
I'm
You
just a
always get
small guy
comments-
too.
where people think that you're just like the snobbiest person, and it's like
Yeah.
all we said was the movie was good, man. Like, what do you want? Like,
I had someone say I was very distasteful for not saying what the me speaking the lines in The Witch, because the lines in The Witch are very difficult to understand. So I would show a clip from it, and someone was angry with me that I wasn't putting subtitles on it or reading it out.
like you
They're
have
right.
to do
They're
that,
right.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
I know.
You fucking animals.
It's all right.
You're supposed to act too. You're supposed to be $1 million actor at least.
But
Well-
who then found him? Pale as death,
You should
naked as
try.
sin and
Maybe
witch.
Maybe they
He's
just want you to
practiced it.
fumble.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Let's take a look at the chat here. We got a couple of folks in here already popping up. We got John Carver in here saying, "What's up? What's happening, John? How
Hey,
you
I just
doing?"
watched that movie again.
Plushies
Thanksgiving
and
in Canada last
horror with
weekend.
a little melted face there. What's going on?
I'm sending out
Graveyard
the
Key,
invite.
welcome back. Welcome back. Thomas, thoughts on The Substance? Well, yeah, we were just chatting about it, Thomas. It's excellent
wacky?
flick. Excellent flick. We really
I will be
enjoyed
doing
it.
a deep dive video. I didn't do an initial review on it because, and I want to talk about this for a second. I am dialing back on doing like spoiler-free reviews of new movies. It's something that I have done in the past for the algorithm mostly, but I've never really enjoyed doing. There are going to be exceptions. Terrifier 3 was one of them. Nosferatu will definitely be one of them. But generally speaking, if I'm going to make a video about a movie, it's going to be a little while after the release so I can really dive into it and use footage and all that. So just wanted to make that clear because I had a lot of people asking about The Substance and Smile 2.
Yeah.
But I made
So in
a
other
community...
words, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No. So I made a community post about Smile 2, and I will be doing a deep dive on The Substance.
Dude, your videos take so much work. It's like, come on. You can't do
Well, that's
everything.
the thing. Like, if I was gonna do a video on Smile 2, I would have had to sacrifice time spent on like my Horror of Dracula video that I'm working on right now.
Or just
and I
keep
didn't...
pushing everything to the end, which never works.
and I like those are the focus. So I want to make sure I'm putting all the energy that those require into them and not compromising it. in
You've
any
got to
way.
abandon everything, Evan, and just go with the flow, man.
No, I mean I get it. We've I think really hit our stride. I think the last couple of weeks here between Luke and I, we really have been patting ourselves on the back for keeping up on things. Even
I think
though
your
we're
channel's
about
gone
to-
down the gutter.
I
Oh,
think so,
okay.
too.
I was
Yeah.
meaning to talk to you
That's
about
No,
this.
it's not mine yet.
Oh, all right, well,
I
fucking
get it.
fine.
Man.
Fucking fine. I was gonna say, I think as far as big announcements for us, we just hit 10K.
I was
which
just going to bring
pretty
that
cool.
up. Huge congratulations, guys. That's so
Yep,
like
that's
Good
big.
job.
We only
big
want
milestone.
500
when we
subscribers. That's it.
started like talking. I think you were at 800 or 900 subscribers or something like that. You were just around 1,000 at that time. So it's been very, very cool to watch that, and it's very well deserved.
Thank you.
Good
Yeah,
job, guys. Sorry, I'm trying to send invites.
we pretty much just really think we hit a good stride here over the last like 2 months between Fantastic Fest and here of just actually staying consistent, staying on top of our shit. And we just had to do a little cleanup this past weekend. We got a video coming up this week where we review 5 movies in one go because it's like we just have so many movies. Okay, to be real, some of these movies, Mads is in there, so it's kind of a grab bag. There's some really good ones, there's some okay ones, and then there's one really, really bad dog shit movie I had to watch. So yeah, it's gonna be fun though. I think we had a good time doing it. Luke, what do you think? You think that's gonna work? You think people are gonna like
It might. It was certainly a jarring experience prepping for several films to give an honest review on. It wasn't bad. It's something where, especially like episodic things, we did an episode of Tales from the Void. We covered the first episode in there. So those ones are a little bit easier than trying to jam in an entire film. But
How long are they?
I think there was like 45 minutes maybe at most.
Yeah, it was like 42 minutes, I think, on that first one. And
that was the Joe Lynch episode. It's the one that starts it off. But we haven't seen any of the other ones. But the first one was rather interesting.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, the tendency is to talk a lot about something you see. So it's like, if you talk about a single movie for a long period of time, even if it's 45 minutes, you feel like you have to. You know what I mean? There's things to say.
Yeah, it's definitely good. I'm excited to see I think the next episode just released yesterday.
I think they're on Sundays, aren't they?
Sundays, yeah.
Yeah.
So the episode 2 just came out, so I'm gonna have to catch up on that one. because they only give you the first. Screenbox only sent out the first episode, so we've only got to do that. We got to watch all of Teacup though. Our review went up for that last week. That was pretty good. I would recommend that to you guys if you
Teacup's
like.
a lot of fun.
It's
Yeah, I've been
like
watching
very.
There's
I
no
said
tea
in
in
the
it though,
review-
so
no tea.
Fuck that.
I had said that it's the most
Yeah, there is.
Stephen King. It's like the most Stephen King thing that's not written or produced by Stephen King in any way. Like it just very much feels
Sweet.
like his kind of story. So
Um,
speaking of Stephen King,
Can I briefly thank people for something too? Because I also just passed a milestone today.
no,
just like to
no,
acknowledge
no, we're
it.
not talking. You don't get to
you've
talk
had
about
enough
that.
milestones, Evan.
You've
Get
had
out.
enough milestones. You've had
Throw
about
shade, dude. Throw
60,000 of them.
shade.
No,
I'm
that was
basking in it.
my original intent was to go straight into that, but then I started talking about Stephen King, and then we had Mike Flanagan's here.
You're good.
But go right on ahead, sir, because
Yeah.
that is a big deal.
This morning we hit 60,000 subscribers. Thank you.
Fuck
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
to-
dude.
To all of you lovely people. My
I think
goal
you'll
by
hit-
the
100
Sorry?
by the end of the year, dude.
I
If
Is
not,
that
you'll
when you
be
get-
close.
Is that
We'll
when you
see.
get one of those plaques? What
Yeah.
month is that when you
yeah,
get
you,
those?
you get a plaque at 100,000.
No, it's 100,000. Yeah, exactly.
There you
Yeah.
go.
But I think they're
Just have
kind
to
of
do it
delayed on it.
9
It
more
takes a while.
times, Luke.
Yeah, we'll see.
Mhm.
But yeah, my goal by Halloween was to hit 50,000. So we've blown past that, and I'm so deeply appreciative. This has been the best month for the channel ever. It's been really fun, and I'm very proud of my last few videos. I think that they're some of the best I've done, which is always a good feeling to feel like the stuff you're doing now is your best work. So thank you all to everyone who's been showing support. It's
Congrats,
been
man.
incredibly surreal.
Congrats to all you guys. I
And you
have
as
one
well,
little
Alex, like,
thing
you're
just to
creeping
throw
towards
in.
7.
I got a one little thing that a milestone I passed here. My most recent video hit about 246 views. I just want to say thank you for everyone.
Hell yeah.
246 of you that were watching.
Yes.
Fuck
Hey, it's
yeah,
worth
fuck
thanking
yeah.
them.
I appreciate it though. Thank you guys.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, so we can move on.
Hey, but you had a video from a week ago that got 11K. Let's not.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just
yeah,
teasing,
yeah.
guys.
No,
I'm
I
just
know.
being funny.
I know.
This is
One
how
day-
I cope with all my anger inside. So I'm just,
He's just gonna post a random video. It's gonna hit, and then he's just gonna act like he never did this, and it's just gonna be. Like,
it beats razor blades. So I'm just like,
oh my god! All right. Anyway, Mike Flanagan is apparently going to be. We got a couple of big rumors. This is one of them. Mike Flanagan.
I know,
is
thanks, Mike.
apparently doing an 8-episode
Jeez.
adaptation of Carrie for Amazon as his first little foray into that. I figured with someone bringing that up in the chat, we had to kind of, at least touch
I'm
on it. With
curious
Evan
about
in
this
here.
because that's a very short novel.
Mhm.
Now, obviously, Flanagan is quite liberal when it comes to adapting source material. Like he's not totally bound to whatever he's pulling from. So I'm sure he's going to make it work. But it was interesting to me that he was doing it for Carrie, just considering I think it's King's shortest novel. It was his first novel.
it's pretty short.
Yeah. It's something like
I
60,000 words.
I have a shit ton of his books, and it's one of
Yeah.
the thinner ones. Yeah.
I mean, it's great. I'm excited. I'm all for Mike Flanagan, and every single time he's touched any King properties, it's been stellar. So I'm certainly excited for this. I'm also still waiting for more news on that Christine adaptation from the guy who made Hannibal. What the hell's his name?
Oh
again?
yeah. Is that still Luke? We talked about
It
that.
is
Didn't we,
still
a little
happening.
bit?
He
Yeah, it's all.
confirmed that it
Yeah,
is
it's never
still
been
happening.
canceled or anything like that. So theoretically, it's still a go. You just never hear shit about it.
I know.
So, I don't know.
I'm excited
What-
for that, but this is gonna be
Weird.
fun too.
We already had Halloween End, so I don't think we need any more Christine.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
Right? So
Look at that.
Jesus
Look at him.
Christ.
It's true.
Look at that. Let's see. There was something else I thought about that. Oh, the only other rumor that I saw, and this is heavily rumored, was that apparently, are any of you guys Christopher Nolan fans? Anybody
Yes,
like his
Of
movies?
course.
I do.
No, fuck that guy. No, I'm kidding. It's all great stuff. But apparently, he's doing a horror movie next.
I've heard about
It's going to
this.
be a 1920s vampire film. So kind
I've
of
heard about this.
following in the same steps as Ryan Coogler here. So we'll have to see about that. Matt Damon and Tom Holland apparently.
All these
Yeah.
crazy big directors starting to dip their toe into horror now. All of a
Because they're
sudden, huh?
seeing how well horror is doing at the box office right now.
Yeah,
Right?
It's
that's
topping
interesting.
everything. It's amazing.
We're literally living in the 80s again.
That's what it like. I was talking with someone about that. Like, the top movie in the theater was an unrated independent grindhouse slasher movie, and then prior to that, it was this bizarre, like thematically relevant body horror. Like, we're getting all these weird experimental, like gross movies that are just absolutely killing it, and
Let's
it
go
makes me
for it.
so happy.
Yep, Hot Like Wasabi says that The Substance is their horror movie of the year. So good from start to finish. So yep, just that. And then to follow up on that, Graveyard Key says saw a new Terrifier 3 times in theaters within the first 4 days.
I saw it twice
That's
on
the way
day
to do
one.
it.
Yep. We saw it a couple of times ourselves.
I am
there.
going again because I have some other people who want to see it.
Lindsay says, yes, Evan, all the deep dives, please.
Yeah, that's what I'm really enjoying right now. Like, I will do a spoiler-free review for Nosferatu when that drops, just because I'm gonna need to talk about that as soon as it releases.
Thank you, Graveyard.
Because otherwise, I'm just gonna make Alex want to shoot me in the head with how much I'm gonna talk about it if I don't find an outlet.
Oh, I won't mind.
No, I'm joking.
I was gonna say I don't care.
Yeah, no.
We've
I
beat him into submission too
Yeah,
hard
I mean-
with Terrifier.
no,
So
so I
We'll have
will
a
be.
7-hour documentary about it, and then
Yeah,
come on here and do
yeah.
a 20.
Yeah, exactly. So I will be covering Nosferatu when it drops because that's still like the most excited I've been for a movie in fucking years.
I hope it's good, man, because I don't want you to be let down. Like,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
That would really
you know what I
suck.
mean?
It's one of those things though where like I follow these accounts that are like updating all the time about like any new news. It's the only movie I'm like following production on really that and Exorcist following really closely. And just every single new piece of news that I hear about Nosferatu, I'm like, yep, checks. That's good. Great. They're lighting the whole thing
Solid.
with candles. All the scenes shot in Transylvania were lit using solely candles. They had
So
hundreds of candles off screen that they were like moving around and lighting and blowing out to get the look they wanted.
please
Were
tell
they
me
like
they're
Bath
using
and Body
35
Works?
millimeter.
Oh god, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Egger's never shooting digital again.
Okay, well that's what I was saying. That you can't even capture light that well with that kind of shit. You know what I
No,
mean?
no.
That,
what did he
Um,
shoot on digital?
The Witch. That was the only
Witch?
time he's done
Okay.
it because he couldn't.
Is that
like,
is that
just
why he
couldn't-
hates it?
That's probably part of it. But just like it was a budget reason. He shot his proof of concept short film for The Witch on film. So it's just film suits his work extremely well.
100%. Graveyard Key
anyway.
says, still need to see Strange Darling. Did you guys see it? And
Ah,
if so, did you enjoy
I need
it?
to watch it.
yeah, I loved it.
Yeah,
It wasn't my favorite movie of the year, but it was one of. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
the three of us ended up watching it, and it was I think we all saw it for Fright Fest, did we not? Like that
Yeah,
was
I think so, yeah.
yeah, that was definitely one that we had heard about. I had heard great things, and I think Luke and I both had talked about it back at Fantastic Fest of 2023.
It had
we
Kyle
heard-
Gallner in it. Come on, of course.
Yeah,
we're
so
gonna
we were trying to hunt this thing down, and then
I'm surprised it
just
took so
heard-
long. I don't understand.
nothing, and then it was like almost till it was literally like 2 weeks before Fantastic Fest of this past year that it drops, and it's like, wow, like it's awesome, it's super good. Definitely, like I agree with Alex there, where it's like it was really good. It's a contender for top 10, but I don't know if it's gonna quite
Right.
make it there.
I
I'd
need
have
to
to
see it.
really re-rack and see everything.
I am, because there's a lot of movies that this has been one running thing is that I don't see nearly as many movies as you guys do, and there are a lot of movies this year that I've missed. So after doing my month of daily Halloween movies, I figured November I'm just gonna use to like catch up on a bunch of stuff that I missed throughout.
Yeah,
the
well, that's
year.
usually what I do.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Because
catch
you just
up
got to
on, like-
pound them. You just got to pound them.
Exactly,
and try
yeah.
to do as
That's
you
my
can.
plan for next
Just gotta
month.
fuck them
So
hard.
I
There's-
can't wait to watch Tarot. That's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah,
Can't wait to
I gotta watch
Imaginary.
Night Swim. I gotta
Dude, I
watch
fucking
Tarot.
forgot about Tarot. I
Tarot
forgot that
and
movie even came
Imaginary.
out.
I'm really excited for those.
Imaginary's
Oh.
okay. It's not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sure.
not the worst.
I
It's-
don't hate a trashy Blumhouse movie. I can enjoy them. Hell, I don't hate Night Swim either. I'll be honest with you, it was a shit movie, but it was mildly entertaining. I'll take that. Like,
I don't know. I kind of felt
That was
like
a rough
stabbing
one.
my own eyes out when I was.
I
in the
found it
theaters.
mildly entertaining. All right.
Yeah, well, it's
Oh,
out.
boy.
The Substance is out now for $20 if you want to just get it. and watch it. You know what I mean? I know that's a pricey price, but if you're anxious and you want to see it and you would have
There's
gone
a
to the
price.
theater to see it, you might as well pay the $20 because you would have gone with somebody anyway.
If it is still in theaters, it's absolutely worth trying to see with a crowd of people. Although I don't know if it'll be like a crowd anymore. But that is the kind of thing that's so good if you have like communal energy going on for it.
Mm.
Luke and I just got a Screen X theater opened up near us. It's like 20-30 minutes away from us.
Yeah.
And I would really, really love to see that movie in Screen X, even though it's not formatted for it.
Yeah.
Like I just want to see the substance, like the final like 30 minutes in like a wrapped around screen. Like, oh my God, what a
That'd be
fucking trip
wild.
that movie would be. But I'm looking for an excuse to go see something there, and I think it won't be the first time I see it, but if Nosferatu plays in Screen X, that would probably be a great one to go see.
Do you guys are you near any of the IMAX theaters that are replaying The Witch in the Lighthouse? Because it's not fucking playing near me, which pisses me off because The
I
Lighthouse
can
was
check.
shot here.
When is that coming out? When are they doing this?
The Witch is in 2 days.
Oh,
Hmm.
The Lighthouse is early next month, and I can't see either of them.
we have an
Yeah.
IMAX theater.
Fucking
It's,
mad.
Yeah.
So do I. I don't know why they're not playing it.
it's like an hour away, but let me see.
I've been checking every
Witch
day just to see if they add
IMAX.
something.
Yeah, I
Yep,
haven't looked.
we do. Yep. Wednesday at 7 p.m. I'll
I'm
go
in
there
Phoenix,
and
so I'm sure there's something.
I'll go and the new phone that I was forced to buy today because of my
Oh, great.
unfortunate luck. I'll make sure to shoot it.
I'll watch your
with you.
bootlegged IMAX.
Yeah,
movie.
my bootlegged IMAX thing.
It's the real experience.
I
can't
got a
wait.
fancy new lens I gotta test out, so let's do it.
I'm so pissed, man.
No, I
Here, switch me
definitely
and
would
Evan
love
because
to.
I hate this.
I
It's
cannot.
my OCD's fucking with me. Can
What
you
was that?
switch me and Evan?
What? Oh,
Because
it's
I'm
'cause
looking
the
off
rooms
screen. I
are-
hate it. It
okay.
bothers me.
Ah,
All right, there you go. Oh
Thank you.
God,
Problem
you and your
solved.
OCD.
is
Sarah
better.
asks, "What's are everyone's Halloween plans? What do we got going on, folks? Evan, what do you got going on? We'll start with you, sir.
I do the same thing every single year. I have my Halloween display that I put up a couple days ago. Got the help of my girlfriend and her grandparents, which was nice. And I'll be putting up. Well, on the morning of Halloween, I watched Behind the Mask: The Rise of Leslie Vernon, and then I'm going to spend the day setting up the electronics for the display, the music for it, the thunder and lightning, the floodlights to crash the lightning, which is going to be a lot of fun. And then hand out candy, and then afterwards I watch Trick or Treat and Halloween, and then I go to bed and cry because Halloween is over.
Hell yeah,
There
hell
you
yeah.
go.
Alex, what do you got going on?
I mean, Halloween is a way of life. So this isn't a costume I wear. You know, I put it
true.
on all year long. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
But
all right. Wow.
no, no, but we're gonna have her niece over with her niece's friend. Her niece's friend. We're gonna play some horror board games like Texas Chainsaw
Oh, hell
or
yeah.
Evil Dead 2, and we're gonna be watching Dawn of the Dead on 4K, probably the extended cut, and then like maybe another movie. I don't know which one yet. And yeah, we're gonna get drinks and hand out candy.
Fuck
What
yeah,
up?
brother.
Cynthia?
And Luke, what do you got going on, my boy?
I'm gonna be blasted all day. No, I took the entire day off work. I don't work on Halloween. That's just that's a given. So I don't know. I haven't curated my Halloween experience yet, but I will be watching horror movies all day as long as my daughter lets me use the TV. So other than that, I mean, I live in a neighborhood where it seems like no one trick or treats. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. It's a lost art apparently nowadays. So I mean, we get candy, but we barely get any trick or treaters. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's always fun, I guess, to turn on your porch light and wait for trick or treaters while you watch horror movies. So that's
We
probably
just need to take
gonna
it
be my-
back.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
Come on.
serious.
True.
I mean it. Just like adults start going out, fucking knocking on people's
do
door.
it.
Where's your fucking
I'll hand
candy?
out candy to anyone at this point.
Maybe
just
we
throw
hand
it.
them candy to remind them that there is candy.
I throw it
somewhere,
at
you know what I
passing
mean?
cars, so it turns into a big
Right.
issue. But still,
It turns into a big problem.
Slingshot it.
My Halloween is pretty much going to be split because I got the little one. So this Saturday is trick or treat, and just so the chat knows, I'm going to be posting a picture once we get it all together, but everybody here has seen it. Atticus, my son, is going as Art the Clown.
Yeah, I saw
And
it.
he is
Hell
he is
yeah.
2 years old.
Cute.
No, I did not show my son Terrifier. This was simply spawned from us going to his favorite store ever now, which is Spirit Halloween. And he loves the animatronic art, and he wanted us to get him a horn. I made him a little black trash bag yesterday. I filled it with a bunch of newspaper, so he's got a black trash bag and he's just walking around with it. He's obsessed. So
There were a number of people who brought their kids into Terrifier 3 when I went.
I heard.
They were like 12. I was like, hey, maybe not.
Yeah,
don't know.
that's definitely a questionable choice, but there's a part of me that respects it. I
They
I
gotta
will
know
be
what salt and
trick-or-treating.
vinegar is, you know.
I would have been hyped if I was 12 and my dad was like, come on.
We're watching Terrifier.
Yeah,
You're gonna
yeah.
watch Starfire 2 up in the bedroom with your
We're
mom.
We're gonna watch him slice somebody cooch to smooch. Just as Evan said,
He didn't have
coined
a
that
cooch.
term.
How about booch to smooch? How about that?
Booch to
man.
smooch.
How
Oh,
about
Jesus.
That sounds worse. That sounds a little.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet, have you, Alex?
No,
Mm.
dude, I've been so
Yeah.
busy. I don't even. It's already the end of the fucking month.
I'm not going to say anything else then.
Point.
part
well,
3. I'd seen part 1. That's what I thought you were
I'm
talking
about part 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
But thanks for
booty
ruining it.
action. Well, if you didn't catch it, I did put the YouTube link because some jackass uploaded the whole fucking movie to
saw that.
YouTube yesterday. So I put the
That's
link
what
in the
Wacky Weirdo
fucking
was saying.
chat. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, no, I will be trick-or-treating with him on Saturday. And then I already made up my plans for the actual holiday of Halloween. I always watch a new horror movie, something I've never seen. And Luke has selected my film this year, and I will be officially watching People Under the Stairs. So I've
Oh.
never
Oh,
seen
I thought you'd
it.
seen that.
So, nope.
Oh,
Nope. You watched that one before me. So
Luke only likes it for the
Nice.
gimp suit. I know it.
Well, yeah, come on.
The what?
Well, and
Don't
there's a
worry about
character
it.
named Danny in it, so
That's true.
it's a
Yeah,
double
that's a good
whammy
one.
for me.
That's true.
I saw that in the theater.
I watched that
Oh,
with my
man.
girlfriend's parents for the first
Yeah.
time.
hell yeah, there you
That was
go.
fun.
Nah,
That's
It was
a
like the
bonding
second movie we
experience.
watched together.
I only know very limited things about it, but now I know there's a gimp suit, and you watching that with your girlfriend's parents, it sounds like a winner to me, man. I'm all
Pretty
for
good.
it.
I watch a lot of movies with gimp suits with her parents, actually, now that I think of it.
Would you watch Pulp Fiction recently too?
No, that's a good idea that we should add onto the list.
Let me see what else we got going on in here. I've been
it's hard to tell, Cynthia, but
Lacking.
yeah.
and then let's see. I've seen Terrifier 3 once in theaters and twice since it's been on. Okay, there you go.
Support it. This is an independent film.
I got
wanted
fucked.
to, but I just couldn't.
I got fucked over on The Substance and Strange Darling since The Substance was only on my theater for 3 days, and Strange Darling didn't even come to my theater.
Damn.
What a shame.
I miss Strange Darling. I
What's
regret
happening,
not seeing it in
Gremlin?
the
Welcome,
theater.
welcome.
By the way, the guy. What's the guy that was in
Cynthia, what's
Strange
happening?
Darling?
Kyle Goldman.
Kyle
Okay.
Gallner?
Kyle. Yeah, he was in another movie recently last year that I fucking loved.
He's
The
great.
Passenger?
He's so good.
Passenger, man. That movie is
That movie's
amazing. I think
glorious.
it's almost better than Strange Darling in some
God love
ways
Kyle
because,
Gallner.
like, if you guys like Strange Darling, you need to be watching that Passenger movie immediately. Like, that is a mind fuck of a movie in
It's
a
so
way.
well
It's
done.
really, it's the elephant in the room, you're strapped in a bad situation and can't leave situation. It's just amazing. Like,
Mm. Sounds awesome.
and it's sentimental in some ways too. Like, it's really
yeah,
crazy.
both movies are really, and
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know if I could pick a favorite out of those two. I kind of love them both, but they're like they got very similar tones, very similar. Like they're just wild fucking flicks. You know what I mean?
Kyle
They
Gallner
really
is better
swing
in
for-
the other one, I think, in Passenger, obviously, because
Yeah.
he's got more of a role.
more to do. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's very subdued in Strange Darling, and plus Strange Darling, without saying any spoilers, there's one actor in that movie that's their movie, and once that unravels, it's like there's no fucking contest. She absolutely owns that. So love it. My grandfather
he's
took me to see
sorry.
Friday the 13th remake when I was in the 3rd grade. Thoughts on his parenting? Very solid parenting. Nothing wrong with that.
You
I say that's
biased
great.
bastard.
Your mother and father were divorced, I take it.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
God damn.
And that was the grandfather of the father. Apparently.
You know what? I was thinking, I'm like, well, the Friday the 13th remake, like Terrifier 3, is way gorier than that. But then I was like, no, but Friday the 13th has that really weird sex scene.
Oh, yeah. Oh, your
You
tits
got
are
perfect
fucking
nipple
stupendous,
placement,
baby.
baby.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Perfect nipple placement.
I'm Derek.
God, I love talking about that. We just did a hot takes video on that last month.
I'll make
for
a
the
video about it
13th,
eventually.
so. Let's see. Cynthia says, anyone see how David Howard Thornton's been hitting Spirit
Yeah.
Halloweens up in various places as art? It's wild
Yeah.
because he actually pretty charming. Yeah, no,
I
mean,
think that's one of the big things that
love
the
it.
third movie like solidified for me is just how like entertaining he is outside of killing. That I swear to God, man, I'm so glad they put that bar scene on YouTube because I have watched that probably 12 times in the last week,
It's
and
my
it never fails to put me in stitches. It is the
I-
funniest fucking thing I've seen in a movie in a long time.
the bar sequence is my favorite part of that entire film. Like all of it, from
It's so
the scene they
good.
put on there all the way to that. I know
Oh, we're
I'm
not saying
anything.
anything.
We're not
Alright.
saying anything. There's a sequence with a bar. You see it in the trailer, but it's
I haven't
my
seen this.
favorite.
I've stopped watching trailers. I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
want to do any of it.
It's just a thing in a bar, and it's amazing.
It's my favorite fucking part of the movie. The whole thing, everything about it.
You know that I've only seen like 20 seconds of the trailer, right?
Good.
And it just happened to be on. And then I was like, wait, I can't watch this.
Yeah.
So I don't know anything about it.
Good. Enjoy.
And did you see that? I'm a fucking predictor. I knew.
You did. I saw that.
First horror movie I saw in theaters was The Blair Witch Project. I was 13. Scared my mom.
Hey,
shitless.
good one.
I loved it. Hell yeah. There you go.
I don't know what the first one I saw in the theater was.
I know my
Oh.
first rated R movie was District 9.
In the theater, though, you had to been
Mhm.
older, probably a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have R ratings.
District
in
9?
Canada.
Yeah, I was 9 years old.
That's got some pretty messed up scenes in it for stuff.
It's pretty tame. It's a good action flick. It's a great movie. Like it's a lovely.
Didn't it come
sci-fi
out
film.
around the Christmas time? Around Black Christmas was out, I think, at around that time, wasn't it?
You know, it might have. I don't know. I when I think of that movie, I always think of summer, but like it could have totally come out around Christmas. I don't know.
Anyway, sorry, Evan.
What? I don't even remember what I was saying. I got distracted reading someone say that the mall scene was lackluster. I don't know what more you wanted there.
Jesus, who said that one?
Oh, I can
Uh,
see. He probably wanted him to go ape shit and start like hacking people like as they ran.
Right.
I mean, I would
Oh.
too. So
Derek is back, Mr. Derek James. Thank you, sir, for showing some support. Love you, love you. Bar scene on top. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Great take.
And I see the mall scene. All right.
Yeah.
Well, how about
That should have gone further.
everything is nothing is good enough for anybody I've learned in
Yeah.
the couple of Terrifier videos we've posted over the last week. God, some of these comments, like everybody's super nice. I love them all. But
Everybody has not been super nice on my Terrifier 2
There-
video. I'll tell you
no,
that
I-
much.
I just mean the select few that are always like, they didn't go deep enough. There's not enough here. And you know what's even
I've
more
seen a lot of people
disgusting?
be like, these movies aren't gory enough. I saw someone say that Terrifier 3 was not gory enough for them. I was like,
somebody
you're hearing. I could tell you why you're hearing that, but go ahead.
somebody on our my new video, just because I talk about a Serbian film in that one, says that movie was like weak, like they didn't care for it. They said it was like it doesn't even go hard, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like what the fuck is
Yeah.
wrong with you? Like you genuinely have a problem.
You're crossing into two subgenres right now, and some people will be like, "Oh, art's a funny story movie. It's not a real, true gore movie." You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I've literally got that
so
comment. Like
you
it's
got
art.
you got the like traces of death crowd versus like slasher crowd. It's like I'm in the
literally-
middle. So
I literally preface each of these brutal horror lists or disturbing horror movies lists is like, hey, like I understand that you guys are gonna say things like vomit dolls and all these other things that O
Yeah,
talks
yeah.
about in these chats that like are extreme. I'm not talking about them. I'm not watching them. I don't care. I'm like, I will talk about this one because I have seen it, but I don't
Yeah.
go seeking this stuff out anymore. Like I did for a little bit, but I'm done.
Can you click on the new comment? Because
I had a feeling you would be wanting to talk about that. Yeah.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts
Indonesian.
on Indonesian horror movies? I just saw Empedagore and I was pleasantly surprised. Well, my friend, you need to follow my channel, BTV Cast, because I watch a lot of Indonesian horror films, especially all the way back to the 60s, 70s, 80s. Like everything they've done, I love. Well, I don't love it all, but if you like that movie, I will suggest one for you to watch, and that is, what's a good one? Queen of Black Magic, the newer one. It's like 2020 or 21.
Mhm.
Highly recommend that movie. Spooked the shit out of me. It's got a little faulty CGI in it a little bit, but you can overlook it when the scares come. And if you don't like that, then I would say May the Devil Take You. That's a really good one. Both of those are highly recommended. And then there's a sequel, I think, to the May the Devil Take You too. Yeah. I think the May the Devil Take You is on Netflix and the Queen of Black Magic is on Shudder. There's an old Queen of Black Magic and a new one. They're both good, but the new one's probably more preferred.
Fuck yeah. The
Well-
only Indonesian movie that I can say that I absolutely love isn't a horror movie, and it's The Raid 2.
Yeah.
Fucking love that movie. I love both of them, but The Raid 2 is like the godfather of fighting movies.
Yeah, Indonesian films have been picking up in the past decade, like quite a bit. They were, they didn't really have a scene, and now they're kind of making their own. Like they had a scene, but it was like kind of borrowing from other films because they didn't have any they looked at other films and were like, I want to do something like that, It ended up being completely different, but yeah.
Oh, they bring
Now
this
they're
up.
blowing up.
I've been meaning to talk to you about this, Luke. Did you see that? Do you know about Shadow Strays?
I do not. Enlighten me.
So you remember that the night comes for us?
Oh yes.
You were trying to get me to watch that for so long, and I finally did, and it was fantastic. But that's this director's new movie.
Oh
It's
lordy
on
lord.
Netflix.
Oh, is it on Netflix? Oh Jesus.
Yep,
Well, guys, I gotta go.
I thought about getting a screener for it, but then I totally forgot, and then next thing I know, it's out on Netflix, and I'm like, fuck, But I if you guys have not seen The Night Comes for Us, what
That's
a film,
that's
intense,
a fun movie.
right up
that
there
the
with
one-
The Raid.
Is that the one where everything's at night and they keep going to the door to open the door at certain times, or like they have to lock the door? Or am I thinking of something else? The
I
one
think
where
you're
the
thinking of
guy and the
something else.
girl.
Yeah, I think it's something else.
Yeah,
This
I'm
is
not
kind
familiar
of.
with
It
that
feels like The Raid to an extent.
one. Mhm.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then I know which one you're
yeah.
talking. I get the two
It's
confused.
got the two main actors from The Raid are in it, Iko Uwais, and then I forgot the other gentleman's name, but they're both in there. I'll just read the description. It's
Thank you.
Ito,
Take
a
it or leave it.
gangland enforcer, is caught amidst a treacherous and violent intersection within a triad crime family upon his return home from a stint abroad. So yeah, so basically, dude comes home, bunch of fucking gang wars going on, and he's just kind of caught up in it, and it's got some fucking very, very good, like I said, and like Luke was saying, on the same level of intensity, goriness, and action as The Raid and The Raid 2 when it comes to the fight scenes. Very much same wheelhouse. They could honestly, dare I say, they could be films that were set in the same universe. So, oh yeah, take it or leave it. Says that's It Comes at Night. There
Yeah,
we go.
that's what I was thinking. A lot of people like that movie. It was a little too much of a.
I need to see that.
It's kind of like a Blue Balls kind of movie for me. It felt like it didn't really go anywhere by the end. And I know it was metaphorical and
I don't
it was
know, man. I feel like they went there.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, don't even. That was one of the most frustrating movies I had ever watched.
right. See what I mean?
I kept trying to connect so many dots. Dylan and I went and saw
Is it
this.
vague and boring?
And
Yeah. It's
Dylan
good
coined
though.
the
Not
phrase.
bad.
I like
"They
it.
went
No,
there."
I'll probably love it if it is.
Yeah, if you
But-
like The Witch, you'll like it.
Yeah, if it's vague and boring with no story, I'm gonna love it.
But listen to Luke's little tale here, because this was a lot of fun. This was
Okay.
a treacherous couple of weeks for us.
That's when we were doing by admission only, wasn't it?
We had just
I'm
started.
sorry,
it,
Evan.
yeah.
And Dylan had coined the phrase "they went there" for a particular scene that they do in there. So I have made fun of him ever since then. When
Mhm.
something happens regarding that, I'll tell them they went there. But that was one of the most frustrating movies for me because I went and saw it. I sat in the parking lot with my girlfriend at the time, now my wife, and trying to make sense of that film. And it was the last showing of the night. So this was like 11 at night. And I decided I'm getting up the next morning. I'm going to go to the first showing of It Comes at Night because I theorized a billion different things. I got to go confirm something in this film. Anyway, I went in there with a list of things that I thought were possibilities, and they all went out the window. So I still don't know what that movie means, and I have never watched it again. So I've washed my hands if It Comes at Night.
It just didn't connect with you.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, I feel the same way. One of my friends who likes a lot of the same movies as I do suggested it. So I was really excited about it. And it's not that it's a bad movie. It's done well. It just depends on how you like your movies to end up, or if you understand it, or if it connects with you, just one of those things.
Derek, I can't tell if I should take that as a compliment or an attack on me. But
What? I'm not looking at the
Evan
chat.
could probably sell that movie with a monologue with a deeper
Copy that,
meaning of
Derek.
leaving the
Copy
viewer
that.
with blue balls, as Dylan so eloquently put it. Well, Alex,
Hey,
I
he's
did
just
just do
saying
a
you're a
40-minute
poet,
video
man.
on The Witch.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to do 40 minutes when there's no
I couldn't
story,
even-
isn't it?
I watched
Oh.
your video. I've tried to start it like 3 times, and it was so hot I had to stop it like a couple of
It's
times.
so hot. I thought you were about to say you fell asleep. I was just like, damn. Like, it kind of feels like a dig, but
I was
you
getting
also have
turned
that
on, man. I gotta be
condition,
honest.
so
It's understandable.
that's how I feel. I had to stop watching. I can only listen to Evan's videos, and I can barely make it with that. It's tough.
Yeah, well.
It's rough out here. He's got a sexy voice. Fuck was I about to do? Oh yeah, I'm gonna go to your post, Evan, and let's see about some of these questions because there were
weren't too
some
many
good ones in there.
responses. There were some
There
good ones,
were
but
a
there
couple-
weren't
there were
a
a couple.
ton.
You know, there were some loyalists in there, some loyal fans.
Oh yeah, some regulars.
Let's see. But yeah, you guys talk about something while I cue this up.
Thanks, thank you.
Well, okay, I'll watch it soon.
All right, so we got a couple in here that I thought were pretty good, but I think one that we can start off with that's pretty normal. I think one that we've kind of had conversations. I
Pretty
don't know if we've all
normal.
had them together.
What are the
Well,
other ones?
I just mean like by ones that I would totally expect to have had this conversation with you guys. I know I've had with some of you, but I don't think all of us together is. What direction would you like to see the Halloween movie franchise go next?
I'm gonna go get a drink.
Okay. Well, I was going to start with you, Alex.
I literally was gonna go get one, but that was like the perfect segue.
God, again?
Stop drinking. This
Told
is
you
the
guys.
Lord.
Ow!
Evan's
The
got a
Lord
problem
is telling
drinking.
you to stop it.
He's got a drinking problem, guys. Come on.
Damn it. Man.
I am gonna go get a drink though.
Cynthia, you're absolutely right. That was definitely a victim of its own marketing. I agree. It Comes at Night for sure. So it's just Luke and I now. We're just
There it is.
it's-
Welcome to
it's
Splattercast.
Splattercast.
Good evening, campers, dreamers.
And
And
babysitters. Let's go. But yeah, dude, I totally agree with what Cynthia says there. Like it was a movie that was marketed as a creature feature because even we went in there. That's what we
Thinking-
thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Like
I remember.
what is coming at night. Like
I remember going to the
it's
Cinemark. I think it was that was released Tuesday. Thursday. I went Tuesday and was like, "Are you getting It Comes at Night?" And the guy was like, "I hope so. It looks good." And we thought it was a creature feature, and even though we went in it, we had to re-rack because okay, this isn't a creature feature like we thought we were going to go see. It's still a decent enough movie. I think it's really well done. It's just one of those ones that it's an enigma. I still haven't cracked it. Usually I can at least theorize something on that type of film and be like, okay, I can come to terms with it and enjoy it. It for me just is still a bit frustrating. Maybe I'll revisit it here now that we've been talking horror movies for so long, but we'll see. I don't know.
I would definitely be down to do like a hot takes video on it because I think like if we re-rack and see how we feel, like
Which
I
one?
think there's definitely some stuff. It Comes at Night. Cynthia brought up a good point that it was a victim of its own marketing. But since you guys are back, you have to hold on just a second because Graveyard Key says, since it's just Splattercast for a brief moment, Frogman 2. Honestly, I was talking to the director not too long ago over Instagram, and they are currently hard at work on it. They're making some fun moves. If you haven't seen our interview that we did with him, it's on the channel. They talk about some ideas that they're getting into with this sequel that I can confirm they're going to be kind of revisiting a few things, and I'm real excited to see what they're bringing to the table with that, because they had some big ideas that they didn't get to follow through with, and I'm excited to see them involving
For me,
some
it felt like
tadpoles.
a good stepping stone for me, but I know a lot of people liked it, so I figured they would actually. But yeah, I think the second one is going to make me a happy boy.
You know, I have that movie on an upcoming list that I'm working on about found footage, and I can say that I think maybe Luke and I were more hot on that because, you know, we really only became more seasoned with found footage over the last 2 years. Like we aren't like some of you guys who've seen a ton of stuff, and we really didn't give found footage at the time of day.
Posers.
And that was really what.
Look who's talking, Alien.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, shut the fuck up, Evan. Go back to your corner.
I've seen Alien.
Yeah, whatever.
Just what, 2 weeks ago?
You've seen Alien and Alien Romulus. You haven't seen anything else. But like seriously though, what a fucking trip that must be. So to only have seen Alien and jump right into Romulus and to see the direction they take.
Get fucked.
Wow.
Oh, Event Horizon. That's a good one. I like that one.
Never seen Predator either.
I need to watch less, I think, and that'll blow up.
Never seen Terminator. Any of
yeah,
them?
you got some bad holes in there, buddy.
Hey, Skinamarink is good though. I like Skinamarink.
Good point though, Evan. I mean, Evan, Jesus Christ, Dylan.
Thank you, Alex. I appreciate the admiration.
But I think it's a good point because, like, you know, everybody has like I think with found footage, like a lot of people are very particular about it, and it's just one of those ones. Like you either love everything or you're very particular about it. So I don't know. There isn't any in between, really. I mean, some people kind of come in and out, but I can name a bunch that I think. The thing I had a problem with Frogman is not that it wasn't a good movie. I gave it a positive score. For me, it was like a little too much of a long build up in the beginning that didn't really like make me feel like, you know, tense. Like I wanted to feel like there was something building towards. But when it did get there, I liked what I did. So
yeah, I like the when they get in that third act and you really start to see all the stuff come together. It's like I'm excited to see what the implication that they put on the table there of what they're doing to kind of keep the species moving. It's like, oh my God. And yeah, well but I don't want to be too spoilery. I know it's been out for months, but like, I'm sure there's people who haven't seen it, but like just knowing where they're headed, like after talking with him and stuff and seeing where his head's at, I'm like, oh, please God, go. It's going to go full body horror craziness, brother. It's going to be crazy. Let's see here.
An interesting one. I wouldn't consider Skinamarink found footage.
You know, it's in that.
It's not.
It's I feel like footage. analog horror and found footage are kind of like two sides of the same
The vibes
coin.
accomplish a similar thing, but there's no actual footage in Skinamarink.
Shut up.
You're not watching anyone with a camera.
Outwaters for sure though.
Outwaters is.
Yeah.
But Skinamarink is not. But yeah, I could see why you would put it in that category because it accomplishes the same sort of vibe that like found footage is meant to.
A real vibe.
Yeah. So I understand that.
It's analog horror. So it's one of those things where it's like it has all of the same feels as like if you were to have just an analog found footage film. Like if you were to shoot something on like a mini DV camera and like that's what you put on screen, like that's what it is. So, you know, that's the only reason why I think I could still consider it in there. But like it's definitely, you're right, like in the traditional sense, like there is no.
To be clear, I fucking loved Skinamarink. I'm not shitting on Skinamarink.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, he is.
I was pretty sure.
Yeah, you said it was fucking dog shit.
I love that movie.
By the way, didn't they have a festival and they call it the Something Footage Festival? It's not like found footage, but they include it, and then there's like every type of footage under there, including analog.
No, Malaki, you're all good. I'm not. It wasn't a dig against you. I was just making a joke.
It was
Is it Malachi or Malaki?
I don't know.
It was.
I have not seen Malachi spelled like that. To be fair.
No, but I mean, you could with an I. if you did on the end, I think.
I suppose I could be wrong. As we were talking about earlier, we're YouTubers. We're wrong all the time.
Yeah, no, you're supposed to be
But
an
no,
expert
I
at
was
this.
not having a go at you. To be very clear.
Also, seeing Luke with no beard trips me out. Yeah, I know we were some young-looking fellas back then.
It was a wild time. It was a
Even
wild
Evan
time.
didn't have any facial hair back when he first started. So
This job ages
Is
you.
that true?
back in
Didn't
your
you?
like Halloween, like
Let's see.
kills video, I don't think you had very much facial hair.
That doesn't help, Malaki.
I still don't have very much.
You have just the
Mal-
right amount, Evan.
Malik, maybe
Malachai?
I don't know.
I appreciate
Okay.
Skinamarink, but the staticky effect became distracting because I spotted patterns that were looping. Oh shit! Well, that
Was
is
it
something
shot
I never
digital? It
considered
must have been
that.
shot digital. That was like a fucking shoestring budget.
I believe he said that they shot that and then he just layered on effect after effect on that.
That makes
one.
sense.
Kai?
Oh,
Is it Malachi? Malachi?
This is another shirt that
Malachi.
along with this, I got another one that Maddox is currently wearing, and it's beautiful.
Terrifying. Look at that.
Oh,
Never
Art
heard
the
of it.
They were
Clown.
both at Spencer's. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Oh, is it more forever now?
that a good
you very
movie?
much. Nice, yeah. Well, there
There
you go. I think she's come to check on the buddy. He's still back there.
Is he walking?
How's he holding up?
He's walking.
Oh, good.
He's hopping around. He's doing great. The vet clinic is writing a paper on him because of how good his recovery's been.
What
They're
the
like,
fuck?
this is unprecedented. Yeah.
Why don't they write a paper on me? I see them
Because
all the
you're
time.
not cool enough, Dylan.
Fuck.
That's why.
they were going to, and then you forgot about Peter Jackson's filmography.
It's
God
true.
damn it.
That guy.
You know,
Zing!
do you guys remember when a few minutes ago when I asked what direction you would like to see the Halloween movie franchise going?
Oh,
and
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
left. Alex, what direction
I
would
would-
you like to see it go?
Let's see. The opposite of David Gordon Green.
Hmm.
That's what I'd like to see. Whatever he's doing, the opposite. I would
Okay.
like to see that. I like brutal Michael Myers. I really honestly like the zombie movies. I think they're pretty good actually.
I like
They're a
the
little
second one.
convoluted with exposition and story and all that other stuff. But it's
You know, all
pretty
the things
brutal.
that matter, you know.
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
too
no,
much.
no.
So,
It's
like-
a little. That's not true because like you can do too much of something, and he I think does a little too much for his writing talents. In my
this Rob
personal
Zombie?
opinion, yeah,
Yeah.
Like story wise,
disagree.
he's
He's
a
a
little
great
long
director. He's just not a
tooth.
good writer.
Right, that's what I mean. Yeah, like he whoever I don't even remember if he wrote that one or not, or both of them, but I just remember that it felt like those parts were too long, and it kind of felt like segmented. You know what I mean?
The theatrical cuts of both of his Halloween movies are better than the unrated versions, in my opinion.
Oh, I
haven't
saw the
seen two
unrated
enough
yeah.
to really
Like
throw
the
my opinion in
theatricals are
that one
better.
there. That's
I'll be
one that-
watching Lords of Salem in a couple of days. I actually like that movie quite a
I
bit.
do like that one.
That
That's
one's
one of the
tough.
few Rob Zombie movies I enjoy. I
It's
like
I've
that
seen it in
one.
many
Yeah.
years, so
But you're also
was-
talking to somebody. This is a sacrilegious take that I want to do a hot takes video on at some point. I prefer House of a Thousand Corpses over Devil's Rejects. I think Devil's Rejects kind of sucks.
House of a Thousand Corpses is barely a movie.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
It's
Cobbled
90
together.
minutes.
It's just a bunch of slapped together weird edits. It's fun. I like it. That's what the fucking
People
movie
go
is.
to a house and then it's the same plot as Texas Chainsaw Massacre. What are you talking about?
It's
Devil's
not the
Rejects
same
is
plot as
better
Texas
known.
Chainsaw. The movie devolves into a random collage of weird colors and out of place edits that have nothing to do with the movie.
It's still good, but yeah, I
It's
agree.
fun, but that third act is a fucking mess.
Sorry, dude. I prefer artistic integrity.
Well, you're
over
fucking wrong.
pandering,
All right.
right? Over
I feel
pandering
like-
to your audience about blood and gore and intensity. Ugh.
I feel like House of a Thousand Corpses is the caricature version of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yes.
It's way too caricature, and that's why I think I like the second one more because that's
I definitely
more,
like Devil's Rejects more.
It's more like dark, like more
What was
like
the other
how
one
it
called? The
would be.
third one?
Oh, Three from Hell. I never saw it.
It's okay.
It was all right.
Yeah.
It's like
I,
2, 1, 3 is what I like, in that order.
see, Cynthia's got my back. The editing was weird in that film, but it was pretty entertaining.
I'm not saying it wasn't entertaining. The movie just is
Yeah, we liked
a
it.
mess.
Luke, what's your
Everyone
opinion on those? You haven't chimed in about
Rob
Rob
Zombie
Zombie?
stuff. Oh man, I have such a volatile relationship with him. I love Rob Zombie the person.
Yeah, he's
great.
filmmaking for me. I'm a Devil's Rejects person if I have to pick, but I don't prefer any of them.
What did you guys think of 31? Did you see that?
I didn't like it. That movie was garbo.
I
Yeah,
haven't seen
wasn't
it
a
since
huge
it came
fan.
out, but I remember thinking that it was all right.
It's
thing,
probably a lot funnier than it is entertaining.
Dude,
Like,
the first
it's
5 minutes of the movie annoyed the shit out of me. And it wasn't even that
honestly
they were
don't even
cussing. It was
remember.
just like, fuck, man, fuck his shit, fucking fuck, man.
I mean,
fuck,
that's zombie, yeah.
pussy twat, fuck.
The
Like,
fucking
like,
breakfast scene
okay.
in his first Halloween movie is such a good like encapsulation of what his writing style is. Bitch, I will crawl over there and I'll skull fuck the shit out of you. It's like,
It's
all
the
right,
best line in a
man.
Rob Zombie
We're like
movie.
10 minutes into the movie. Not even.
I gotta say, I didn't love 31. I know everybody just has the biggest hard on in the world for Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, and I will just say
That's not true.
I have
couple
not
people do.
seen I have not seen, dude. There's every year I see more and more videos of people saying Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is actually a masterpiece. And
I'll be making a video about it. I won't be calling it a masterpiece, but I think it's way overhated. I was just talking with Cody Leach about this. Like,
Overhated
We're-
and underrated.
yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I actually think that movie is pretty fucking cool.
I remember Dylan and I did. It's when we were doing by admission only. I think we decided we were going to watch like all the Halloween films or something like that. And
we did
I
something
had
stupid.
never revisited Rob Zombie's film Halloween's after my first initial viewing. I watched the first one. I was like, man, it's okay, whatever. It's not really anything mind blowing. I watched the second one, and I got to be honest, I was like, the creativity from me was completely sucked out, and I had to go lay down for like 2 days because it was such a hangover. I was like, I cannot stand that film. It is for me. I can go revisit it. I think the only thing is Annie, her like death scene in that is the only redeeming.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's just because
Dourif.
Brad
Closet
Dourif is
scene.
like,
Yeah, and
but
that
he's just amazing. Like, it's
for
hard
me,
to
that-
not enjoy something with Brad Dourif on screen.
yeah, that was the only thing that I can pick out of the film. Like, okay, I enjoyed that portion, but everything else,
Really?
yeah, I can't do it.
I
It's
will
just
say
this cool, like weird, like dreamy.
I liked the look of Michael Myers in that. Like, I thought that was a cool take of him kind of being homeless and really baggy, and his mask being all like overly decayed.
I
I
always
thought
thought
that
he was pretty
cool.
scary in that one. When he
Mhm.
fucking breaks into
looks
Annie, like
a-
when he first attacks Annie, the way he breaks down that door, I'm like, man, that's fucking intimidating.
I also really like the scene when
It's
he's
scary.
I think they use it in the trailer. Is when that little kid walks up to him in the street and you just see Tyler
Right.
Mane
Are you
in
a
front of like a
monster?
6-year-old. Yeah, it's like in
Yeah.
front of a 6-year-old. You get a sense for how big that guy is. It's like,
Was he wearing a
Jesus Christ.
Frankenstein mask?
No, he was wearing them. Was he wearing anything at that point?
No, that was Daniel
Anything.
Roebuck.
Okay, because I remember the Frankenstein mask because it was like when Laurie Strode's having the breakdown with her, and they're like flashing back and forth to the playground.
That's a
Well, she's,
change
like,
from the
having a
director's
panic.
cut. Because in the theatrical version, the scene when she's got the pig is just a scene in the movie. It's not something that she like flashes back and forth between during. The theatrical is actually quite different. It's cool. It's worth watching.
As far as I know, we're kind of spinning into a Rob Zombie conversation here, but as far as other Rob
Oh,
Zombie
yeah.
things that I like the Lords of Salem. I prefer Rob Zombie's Halloween over Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
The monsters.
That's the normal.
I was about to say I actually did think The Munsters was actually worth it. I thought it was really a good flick.
I need to see
So-
that. I haven't seen his monsters yet.
It's a very good like intro to horror for like kids.
Oh, okay.
That's
I
so
can see
funny
people
for Rob
complaining
Zombie
about
to be
that.
the one to make like a nice like kids horror movie.
It's fun. It
Guy-
feels like it came
Richie, I
straight
have
out
an
of the
idea that
90s.
Cynthia is talking about edibles.
Yeah.
I think that's what she's referring
I
to.
think you're allowed to in some states.
I'm in Canada.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Federal.
they don't really care.
Federal.
I'm in Arizona, so it's legal. So
Hey, it's legal
It's
here
legal
for
in
us too,
Arizona.
so we're all
It's
good.
got to be legal in most states by now, right?
And where's Google based out of? They still based out of Cali, so we're good on all fronts.
Chilling.
by the way,
Marijuana, we get struck down right there. Like,
Lords of Salem, I really love the weird song that they played.
mhm.
I don't know why.
Yeah,
just
me
kinda-
too. It was creepy.
Yeah, it was really unsettling. And what they didn't do with it is what probably upset me the most. Is it kind of felt like, oh, hey, look, a little person being weird and stuff, and like, oh, there's this weird stuff going on. If you like that movie and you hate the end of fucking Halloween 2, what the fuck? Because that's the same fucking thing.
Well, I think it just has to do
my
with the fact that
opinion.
one's a Halloween movie.
Yeah, one's Halloween. The other one is
Right.
it's an original property.
You know what I mean, right? Like it's the very
I don't know.
similar.
I
I
honestly
get what
don't
you're
remember how
saying.
Lords of Salem ends. I haven't seen it in so long.
It's very iconography and like
It's
her
It's very
being like
trippy and
Mother
weird.
Mary and like, you know, very White Horse and Laurie Strode or whatever,
Hmm.
walking Laurie Strode's mom or whatever, walking the,
Yeah, that
the
was
horse.
weird, but you know.
It's definitely he was in a mood. He had a little vibe going on, but I think it works better because Lords of Salem, you're dealing with like witches and like all this witchcrafty shit and
Yeah.
everything, and it's like I feel like it just works better. It's just Michael Myers was not meant for that, like in my opinion. Like I don't like that. So
I mean, he
But-
is. I mean, they do have the rune thing in part 6.
Paul
yeah,
Rudd
part
takes it
6,
down.
the you know
The
the
Cult of
second
Thorn.
worst one. Like I don't know, like it's
I mean, I still like it though, and I like Paul Rudd in it because he beats the
I
shit
love
out
the
of
vibes
Michael.
of
Like,
6. Like it's got a very good atmosphere to it.
I like when they find the
Yeah.
baby in the bus station or whatever it was, the subway,
Just
or
hanging
whatever,
Yeah.
just in a
it's
locker.
raining
Sound-
blood.
They say
It's
sound design is
raining
everything
red.
in horror movies. So I mean, I remember what video this was, but I brought it up where it was like I remember hearing a quote where if you want to make a horror movie not scary, you cover your ears, not your eyes. And I've always thought that's very true because sound goes such a long
yeah.
way.
Oh yeah.
Because like if you watch a muted horror movie, it's not anywhere near as scary as
Look at Fulci movies
yeah
that
I
were
mean,
considered
sound-
scary in the back in the day. Like a lot of that is Claudio Simonetti,
Yep.
Fabio Frizzi. All that shit is like
I think it was
very
probably my Sinister video
tied
where I got
into the
a lot.
movie. It's like
Yeah.
very important.
Totally.
So,
I mean, I had an interesting thing because I was just watching, as I was telling Dylan before we went live, I was just watching the original Nosferatu, which is a silent film. And then I went down this rabbit hole of all the different scores and soundtracks that people have done for it because the original suite, the original symphony that was designed for the movie is lost. So there have been people who've reconstructed it using the original composer's style. There have been people who've created their own compositions just based on
I
what
love
they
shit like
feel like
that.
would fit the movie. And it's really interesting to see how these different scores and different soundtracks affect the vibe of it. Most recently in 2022, there was like this Dutch ambient composer who did this really experimental score for it with like distorted sounds of birds chirping. It's fucking creepy.
Luke, did you see what did we just have? Like that they had it in Akron. Wasn't it like Nosferatu played against something?
I'm
I
not
kept
aware of
getting
this.
ads for it in the
It's
in
so
the group.
cool to
I'll have
see how that
find
can
it, but
affect.
they
the
were
vibe.
showing Nosferatu with like a very specific group or something soundtrack to it. So it was
It's
very
cool.
weird.
Part
we're
of me
getting
kind of
into
I kind of want to try and make my own score for it just because that would be like a fun project to do.
Yeah, awesome.
Um,
It's like I want to do fan edits of certain movies. Like even though I give them a lot of shit, I would really love to reconstruct Halloween and Halloween Kills into one film and just like kind of piece that whole thing together. Because like you could take the cold open of Halloween Kills, put it with in front of Halloween 2018 and just go from there. Like I would love to do that.
totally.
Yeah, I'm thinking of
fun.
like Wizard of Oz and fucking Dark Side of the Moon. When you guys are talking about this, you guys know what I'm talking about?
No, what's
Oh, yeah.
Dark Side of the Moon?
Yes.
Oh
yes.
yeah, you can play
You
Dark
said,
Side of
"What's
the
Dark
Moon
Side of the Moon.
from start to finish. Wow, it's,
I know what
it's
Dark
like
Side
fucking
of
up.
the Moon is.
Right, but I mean, have you ever mixed the two?
I haven't done it, but I've
Mm-mm.
heard about it. I'm aware.
Yeah,
of
there
what
was
the,
there's a place
Anybody
in
who's
the
ever
movie.
smoked pot has heard about this. So
yeah, I was gonna say you can put it on and it makes sense sort of, but it's kind of cool. I think there's a YouTube video online that you can
Probably.
actually already have it.
How would that
One-
not get copyright claimed?
Well, it probably is, but they didn't take it down, so you can still watch it.
That's shocking.
Well, who's gonna fight over it? Pink Floyd or Disney or
Yeah.
whoever?
Both of them. Cynthia, I have not yet watched Herzog's version, but I got my Blu-ray in recently, and I am going to be doing a video on it. I'm covering both the original Nosferatu and Herzog's version before
Nice.
Eggers comes out, and I'm really, really excited to check that out because revisiting the original was very cool. I hadn't seen it since I was a kid, And it was one of those things where I was like, I'm sure I'm going to enjoy it. But I was very shocked by how enthralled I was with the 1922 Nosferatu. Like, it shows its age for sure. It's a silent film. You're using intertitles to communicate any dialogue, and certain narrative elements are only clear through text. But it is so stylistically effective. Like, that movie has some absolutely gorgeous cinematography in it. I can't wait to talk more about it, and I'm also very excited to see Herzog's.
They mirror it in the new one a little bit.
I know there's so much in like of what we've seen from Egger's version so far, where you can really see, cause he has talked about how the original Nosferatu is like the reason he got into filmmaking, and rewatching that, I could definitely see, I'm like, all right, well, this is where Eggers gets a lot of his like style from, is from growing up watching this movie. He's such a good fit for it. I'm not going to go on a tangent about it, but
No, that's not why I was laughing. I was thinking of just Bill Skarsgård coming out again. I said this last time, but him going out, hold some popcorn.
yeah.
Jesus.
Someone's gonna make a fan edit of that. I swear to God.
Surely. I know that what I'm bracing for. I did not watch SpongeBob as a kid. Never watched it. It was not my thing. I've seen 2 episodes of SpongeBob ever. Let me tell you. I'll tell you why this is relevant in a second. And I just know that when I put up that video on the original Nosferatu, I'm going to be getting so many comments about fucking SpongeBob because most people now associate certain images in that movie with some SpongeBob episode that parodied it.
Nosferatu.
Something like that. I just know it's going to happen.
I have that clip already on my desktop. I'm going to be using it in our Nosferatu.
It makes me upset.
If the torch is being carried, that's all that matters. You know what I mean? Like, even if it's fucking SpongeBob.
I was going to say, there is a little bit of a segue here that we can go into one of the stories that
Are we talking about SpongeBob?
Put on. I mean, I'm more or less Nosferatu, but the fact that December, I mean, good Lord. Not only do we have a kick-ass vampire movie to be looking forward to, but we also have Stephen C. Miller's new movie. Yeah, Frank Grillo versus Werewolves.
Dog Soldiers 2.
Mm-hmm. pretty much, am I right?
I mean,
like,
it really is. That's what I got
great.
vibes of.
You know, but I mean, I am so excited for this fucking movie. Like, this looks like it's going to be an absolute blast. And the fact that we have
seen the trailer yet.
That, Nosferatu, and then the Wolfman within like a month's time of each other.
Wolfman, I'm excited for.
That looks wild. So why don't we talk some werewolf stuff for a minute? Let's get some thoughts on those trailers there. Evan, Werewolves. How was it, buddy? You watched the trailer, right?
No.
Right?
No, I haven't seen the trailer for it. But if you want to talk werewolves, I do have a video on the original Wolfman coming out as soon as the sponsor approves the video to be published. And I totally didn't accidentally publish it and then realize a couple minutes later that they hadn't approved it yet and had to unlist the video after a couple minutes. But
good job.
Why don't we ask the chat what werewolf movies they like?
Yeah.
Have we ever mentioned The Cursed on this podcast before? I think that's a pretty good movie that you should check out.
We've gone way into depth about that one.
But Alex, you've seen both these trailers, I take it. How do you feel?
Which
one? Werewolves and the Wolfman.
Oh, I didn't see the Wolfman. I kind of intentionally didn't want to because there's been too much talk about it negatively, and I started to go, maybe I shouldn't watch.
Talking about the remake or the trailer?
The trailer.
Oh, okay.
Because I heard some people like talking shit on it, and I was like, I'm gonna not watch it but I definitely love the new Werewolves trailer. That looks fun, and it's not going to be of anything of substance, but sometimes we need to just have a little fun. It doesn't need to always be serious, you know. Like, if horror can't be fun once in a while, I feel like that's a thing too. We're missing out on a lot of fun horror movies sometimes.
Right now, they're thriving.
Well, a lot of the serious ones are thriving too, like more so than I think the comedies.
I mean, they're like wild comedic.
Oh yeah,
well,
okay.
They're killing.
But there's a few that are popping through. Like, I really want to see, it's not a werewolf movie. Sorry, it's a little off the path. Is the pumpkin one? I want to watch that tonight.
Oh, Carved.
Yeah,
we just saw it. It's very fun. Luke,
it is
you
a fun
give your
film.
thoughts.
It's I always have a weird relationship with comedy and horror. They kind of have to balance it just right. in order for me
Yeah.
to enjoy it. And I gotta say, Carve does that because they do go over the top with some comedy, but then they make up for it with some of the gore aspects and things like that. So I think it works perfect with that.
Nice.
It really does
Good to
feel like a
hear.
horror comedy.
Sure.
It's I
Speaking
really
of movies.
appreciated how much how gory it got too, because like I think
Good.
like when you start the movie, because I didn't watch the trailer. I literally read the Bloody Disgusting article and then reached out to our contact and was like, "This sounds great." I told Luke just a brief snippet, and we're like, "Cool." So when I watched this, I thought that this movie was going to be like a PG-13 kind of like fun intro kind of gateway horror movie, just from the
Goosebumpsy kind of thing.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be
Yeah.
like that. No, it's very adult. It's very awesome.
Good.
It goes hard. I loved it.
I just watched Satan's Little Helper.
Yes,
I,
I love that movie.
Oh man,
You didn't
I,
like
I
it?
struggled. No.
I mean, it's because it's a shot on video. It's like a straight up fucking.
Well, that wasn't what bothered about me.
not
It was
filmed.
it literally was like the writing in the movie. And obviously not expecting like the craziest best
Shoot.
writing in a movie like that.
Look
but-
who it is. It's the
Daniel.
cobwebs.
What's
It's
up,
the
buddy?
Cobwebs.
Uh,
child.
Computer.
now that Daniel's here, after Wolfman, Daniel, my next video is Horror of Dracula, so I'm finally doing some Hammer horror like we talked about. And to answer the conversation we had recently, I also prefer Horror of Dracula over Prince of Darkness because I never gave you a definitive answer.
Daniel, do you want to pop in here for a minute and talk some Halloween horror stuff with us?
I'd
We're
be
talking
happy
about
to.
werewolves.
We're
We
talking
were-
about
we
werewolf
were.
stuff now. But yeah, we're just kind of
Daniel,
going all
join in,
over
buddy.
the place. We're letting the chat dictate. We're kind of going through some news. We're just chilling. So if you want to hop in here, just let me know. I'll shoot you a
Fuck
link.
yeah.
Teen Wolf, the best one.
They say I really
I was gonna
enjoyed
go
Pooh,
through some
Blood,
of
and Honey.
these. Um,
Cinematic piece.
Oh,
I-
here's one. This is one she kind of pointed out that we can go around and talk about. Which one, Howling or American Werewolf in London?
oh,
I'm American Werewolf in London all the
Yeah,
way.
Yeah. Like you guys remember, I had that poster back here, that original poster. Like I only took it down because it flashes between the lights. Yeah, I'm currently
enough,
cleaning
Daniel.
the kitchen and going to continue watching.
Fair
Nobody
enough,
wants
buddy.
this. Oh, okay, fair
We'll
enough.
get you
fair
on another sometime. It'll be fun.
Oh yeah, we'll
We
definitely
should-
have him on.
Dylan, I'm sure you're going to do a spoiler discussion for Nosferatu. When you do that, get Daniel on there.
I want to have him on one of my spoiler discussions, and honestly, that would be pretty good. I think. Luke, you
I'll
think
join
that
you
would
too.
You don't want me on.
be... I've invited you to a few. I
No,
wanna
I didn't
find
mean it like
right
that.
movie.
I just meant because like I'm probably gonna be the guy that's gonna not polish its dick like as much.
Okay.
The one we did with Cody was fun
Mm-hmm. No,
for a
it's
Terrifier. That was fun.
dude. I was gonna say you and fucking Cody need to start a podcast together.
We're aligning on a lot of. I don't agree. Like we don't agree on everything, but there are a lot of like our weirder takes we seem to align on.
Dude, like the amount of comments I've gotten on that video of people being like, "Oh my god, it's my two favorite YouTubers of all time."
Oh, really?
Like, together, yeah. Like it's like every other comment is like, "Oh my god, it's like Cody Leach and Rockland Graves working together." So I'm sorry that I stole your thunder on your collab video, but like,
No, that's
you know,
fine.
Oh, there's
We
some
shot it back
infighting,
in
guys.
April, and I still haven't fucking edited it. So
I know. And you know what's funny is I think you say in that video too that you at the end you're like, "Yeah, and I'll have that out like week or so."
I know.
And then
Shut up.
and then we're still here.
Shut up.
You guys fighting over Cody?
No,
Jesus.
we're fighting over the fact that I recorded a video with Cody back in April and still haven't edited it. Which
Yeah, but he interviewed him first.
he
so-
Cody asked me about it when we were on the stream. He was like, "Did
Oh,
you
yeah.
lose the?" He was like, "Did you lose the footage after we stopped?"
Cobwebs letting him down softly. That was Vanessa.
Oh, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. God,
No,
what
but it
was
does
that?
sound like
there.
something you would say.
No, that's not what I would say. In
Alex,
fact,
why
I've said
doesn't
this
this
one
work?
seems like it's gonna have more
Yes,
story than
Yes,
any of the
Alex
other
has been more positive about this than I've ever heard him talk about any of it.
You got it, Daniel. You're in that one. I'll
I'll join for
sir.
Nosferatu too. Obviously,
ones. Yeah,
Well,
the witch,
I-
in my opinion, is less story.
you should watch my
Brother-
video, man.
You're gonna be on our Nosferatu spoiler review, whether you like it or not. You've talked about it so much, you have to.
I know. I'm gonna have to. I'm so excited.
Besides, I'm not gonna lie, like Evan has probably been like the most constant. I'm sure people are getting sick. Like you and Jake, as far as like on those spoiler reviews, if you go back and watch, I think Evan's been on every single one other than Late Night with the Devil. And that was because Alex was on it.
That's
So
true.
it's like, but
Hey, I
yeah,
enjoy it.
it's
I think that was the last one I've done with anybody.
Dylan, we're giving
did the
you
table
2
one.
months plus notice. All right, Daniel.
yep.
I mean Daniel. Jesus Christ.
Yes, we're definitely gonna make that happen. That's one that'll get a spoiler review. Maybe werewolves if we have a lot of fun with it, and we can get like Alex, if you want to do werewolves with us, if you think you're gonna get a chance to see it. Like,
Yeah, something that doesn't matter. Yeah, no problem. That's a good one.
that one matters to us. We love
Right.
that. Like, you don't even realize. Like, we're
Hey, you
Like-
want this one that has no substance? Yeah, we can talk about stupid shit, you dumb fucker.
hey, I would have
Well, you don't
loved.
like movies with substance.
I would have
remember?
loved to look. I don't care how old this is.
I'm
and
totally
if the al-
kidding.
if the
I'm
algorithm,
also
like,
fucking with you.
if the algorithm like kills it, I still want to do a list. I have a list video written out for films that I would recommend if you like the substance. But also, I want to do a spoiler review for that with people because, like, I just want to fucking talk in depth about that. Luke and I are the only two people who've like been able to discuss it, and even then, I feel like there's still so much we haven't even talked to each other about, like about that, because there's just been so much shit that we've watched. It's like I still need to sit down and like dissect that movie.
You guys need to watch more Cronenberg. That's what you need.
We've watched plenty. You fuck.
Oh yeah, like what?
I've never seen any actually.
Yeah. See, what's up with you talking for Luke, huh?
Yeah, what's going on here,
Luke,
buddy?
can we do some Christmas
know he's-
horror movie videos
he's
this
seen more
December?
Cronenberg
I
than
would
I-
love to get.
I
'cause-
love anything holiday horror.
I know that's what I'm saying because like I want to do some like Christmas horror shit with you. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna dress up like a giant Christmas tree.
Fuck yeah.
Ah,
You have
We
to see
committed.
what is it?
Substance Does Thy Represent?
Revenge.
Yes.
Revenge
There it is.
style.
Tree.
That'd be great.
Yes,
dude.
we were
That
talking a
needs to
little
be
bit
a
at the
feature
beginning.
film, dude.
Yes.
And they need to
Recommend.
squash the baby's head
Absolutely.
with the fucking trunk of the fucking tree as well in that movie.
What,
'Cause
the
it
coffee
won't be
table?
this. No, no,
What
the
tree trunk
fucking-
was in the coffee table.
the Tree Venge movie. They stomp on a
Oh,
baby's
yeah.
head with the fucking tree. And
Yeah,
the lady's like, "Oh my god, my baby!"
I think Luke and I are still like, this is kind of what I was going to talk about with this whole Nosferatu werewolves thing, was just like
Mm.
we're still kind of tossing around what December to Dismember is even going to be this year.
Yeah.
And like it's kind of probably going to lean into just being straight vampires and werewolves and all kinds of
yeah.
wild shit, but
You know what
I
I
don't
just
know.
rewatched?
we might just
Thinking of-
freeball it because like it's there's so much shit we want to discuss, and like there's so much holiday horror still that we have to discuss. Like we were talking about doing all the Black Christmas movies after we watched
Christmas Evil.
yeah, we did It's Me Billy chapter 2. We did a review of that. Luke had never seen either of those, so he got caught up on that. And
Well,
like
I've also never seen It's Me, Billy. Have I told you why?
why?
The reason I haven't watched It's Me, Billy is because I'm sure it's going to be amazing, but I don't want anything else in my head surrounding Billy's character or anything that goes down in Black Christmas. Because the open-ended, I mean, it's not entirely open-ended, but like the really vague nature of Black Christmas is one of my favorite things about it. And I know that whatever Dave McRae had in mind is going to be so good that it's going to become canon in my head, and I don't want to add anything else to it. I'm sure it's amazing. I've heard nothing but good things about it, and I have a ton of respect for Dave, but it's a really weird thing where I'm like, I just don't want anything else.
I think they do a good enough job. I think like just hearing that as your issue. Like Luke, what do you think? You think that they stay still pretty vague? I mean, like there's
Yeah,
just
I
don't
don't.
want anything
explore
else.
it, but like I don't think it's as deep as you might be thinking.
Yeah, well, I mean, I understand what Evan's saying though, because I mean, Black Christmas is, I mean, it's iconic. So
It's like so
it doesn't
perfect.
do anything to jeopardize. I don't think the original at all.
Oh, yes. No, Daniel raises a good point. What about the vague subtlety of Black Christmas 06?
It's so subtle.
Yes, the slow burn nature of that.
I
That's-
kind of like the ham-fisted nature of it. I like it. I think
It's
it's
a
fun.
different vibe entirely. It's
Yeah.
kind of
I
like
did a video on it. Like it's such a stupid movie, but it can be entertaining.
The times changed, and I think it was fair to make a movie like that. When I first watched it, I was not blown away, but later on, I enjoy watching it. It's not the same as the first, but you know.
Mm-mm. Nothing will ever be as subtle as Black Christmas 2019, though. Let's be honest here, guys.
I haven't
There's
even
no
bothered watching that
heavy-handed
yet.
messaging in that film at all.
Haven't even bothered watching it yet. But you know what I do
You know-
like a recent Christmas movie is Christmas Bloody Christmas. Fucking love
Yeah.
that movie.
Longlegs
That's
is Billy, by the way. And
great.
Exorcist
Oh.
all ties
That's
together.
what's up. I like it, I like it.
Mommy! Yeah, mommy!
I just rewatched that. I still love it. Long Legs is fucking awesome.
I literally have the 4K sitting right next to me. and
Yeah.
I just haven't popped it in yet. I want to.
I need to watch
had
it.
mine sitting over on my shelf. It's great.
Did you see this? You guys know what this is? Have you heard of this?
Yeah, I saw your video about it,
Oh,
buddy.
cool.
Or no, that's not the right one. That's the other trilogy, the Italian horror trilogy thing. you did.
Sexy violence. I'm putting myself through the ringer on this one. I've never seen these. I've kind of dodged them somehow over the years, partially because I wanted to see them in succession, and I could only get a hold of the first two, but the third one was the one I could never find. So now I have to put myself through it. And I'm not a real big fan of sexual V. So
That's weird. You're weird for that.
I mean, yeah, I know. It's so weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's towards men too, by the way. It's actually a revenge story against men. It's like
Right.
one of those kind of things.
I do feel like we need to address some more of these people who commented for the post here. So I'm gonna just throw one of these randomly in here so that way we can keep them moving. But
Sure.
this is from Dylan Chillin Jones 335. He says,
He's a buddy of mine.
"Oh, really?
IRL. He's a friend of mine. Yeah.
Okay, well then we'll just skip that then.
I didn't even see his
I got
no
that
real,
too, Daniel.
no real people allowed.
What did he say?
No.
I
He
didn't
says,
think so.
tell your personal favorite Halloween outfits you've ever worn. If you have
Oh,
photos,
that's on
that
there.
would be a bonus. So I thought that would be a fun one. I think that
I don't really tend to dress up very much. I obviously did as a kid when I was trick or treating, but like,
I think that's what they meant. I think like they
Yeah.
meant more.
well, the reason I was saying that is because I only really remember one Halloween costume I ever went as, and it was when I went as Harry Potter. I don't know why that's the only one I remember,
Respect.
because there were obviously different ones. But yeah, I dressed up as Harry Potter one year, and I think it's because there's a photo of me in that costume in front of the Halloween display when I was very young. So that's like the only one that's stuck in my head. So I would say that would probably be my pick. Thanks for
Luke?
shooting that in, Dylan. Love you, buddy.
Luke. Oh shit! You got the Hell House collection, huh?
Oh fuck
From
yeah.
Umbrella.
A guy was gifted to me, actually.
Fuck yeah, brother. Luke, what is your favorite Halloween costume you've ever been in?
I mean, Sam is a given, but as a kid, I would say I vividly remember dressing up as Spider-Man back in the day. That was a big deal for me. I don't know if you guys had the class parades where you get to dress up and then have the partying. So I was like in kindergarten, I think, kindergarten or first grade, and I was dressed up as Spider-Man. And we all like line up, and somehow, and I didn't even realize what was happening. It's like, as I reflect on it, my mom told me the story is, I got lost. I don't know exactly what happened, but I ended up with all the fifth graders. So you had all these huge fifth graders and then just little first grade Luke dressed up as Spider-Man. And all the fifth graders were talking. I just thought I was like the coolest dude around, but turned out it was just funny because little Luke is in here hanging out with the fifth graders. But I also remember that Halloween as well because it was chilly out and I got pissed off at my mom because she wanted me to wear a winter coat out.
That was always the worst.
And I was like, well, no one's going to know I'm Spider-Man, even though I have the mask on. They're just going to think I'm some weirdo in a winter coat. But I would probably say Spider-Man is probably my most memorable one.
I also went as Spider-Man one year. I only remember that because it was one of the Spider-Mans with the muscle suits that they would do. And this one kid who was also dressed as Spider-Man, but he didn't have the muscle suits, was harassing me, saying that mine was not accurate because Spider-Man isn't buff. But I also went as Wolverine. My mom made me little, like I had the jacket and did the hair and everything. And then I had the little tinfoil claws. So like that was a lot of fun. I remember that one. And I went as several different werewolves. I know that over the years, many different iterations of that. And I think the one that sticks out to me the most, though, is probably when I went as Hobo Myers from Halloween 2, because I love that look so much that I went and made myself a Hobo Myers. I went and got a cheap Mark's Michael Myers mask, cut it, and I used shoe polish, brown shoe polish. And I made it look weathered and no, not like that.
This is your cancel moment.
Yeah, I got that, and I got some yellow paint, and I mixed them together, and I made this like almost weathered, kind of yellowish, dirty looking kind of mask look. I actually got pretty close to what the mask looked like in the movie, so pretty good.
Lame.
Wow.
What was the question? I missed
It
it.
was
while
yeah, you missed that. What was your favorite Halloween costume growing up as?
Oh, and just to address this, cobwebs. Did you see what I said? I got the Gothic set here.
Bro,
I
nobody
don't know if you
cares.
saw it, and it's 88
what
films.
was the fucking Halloween question out? Or
I'm
Halloween
gonna
costume
tell him. I
out?
just wanted to mention that to him.
God.
And it's 88 films for
Jesus.
the Guts trilogy. So my favorite that I remember, I never really picked characters to be. I always liked creatures and like monsters and shit like that, but I was scared of them when I actually saw the masks. You know, like it actually scared me.
Yeah.
So I would like not go in the toy stores or, you know, like because I was scared of them. And I was very little, you know. But I remember we got this one that was like this guy's face that was all messed up and he was a bald head. And my mom like took weird fabric and made like one of those old fucking like Blind Dead fucking, you know, robes, like a black robe or whatever. And I was like this creature with this like crazy mask. And I was so proud that I finally went in to get it because my parents were like, we're not getting it for you unless you come in. And I was like, okay. So I finally went in. I said, that one. And that night we went down and there was a house that had like all these decorations on the lawn. It was like the coolest one in the neighborhood. They had like a fucking casket that came out of the ground and shit. You know, like it was really fucking cool. And they had someone sitting in a sheet on the porch, you know, holding the candy, you know, which, you know, you obviously saw everybody else go up there and get fucking scared. And I was not about to go up there. And so it was they were like, you're the scariest one here, guy. And I was like, oh, and they came out to me and like and hung out with me for a little bit and like gave me extra candy. And they were like, you're actually scarier than we are. And I was like, oh. I don't know, that's just one I remember, you know.
I totally had moments like that getting candy and stuff, but like it's so funny seeing my son. He's 2 years old, no fear, absolutely loves Halloween and slashers and all this shit so much that like they do this where he trick-or-treats every year in this neighborhood. These this one group of people, I think they might be friends or whatever, they're older, but they always do like a chop shop in their garage, so like a slaughterhouse type deal. They always dress up as Leatherface and all kinds of things, and like they go all out, and like there's gore, everybody's scary looking. He just runs up there and he's so pumped. He's always like, last year he was like, Leatherface, and I was just like, yeah, it is, buddy, you're doing great. Like he knows them all. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
I think
he's no fear.
it's weird thinking about I have like a weird thing about like dressing up for Halloween. Like I think I get overwhelmed with the choice. And so I've always like there's been many times in my life where I didn't go as something on Halloween. And then afterwards, like a month later, dressed up, which seems really stupid, right? Like, you know, like I don't know why, but I don't know. I think I just can't choose.
You just like doing that, you know? I mean, nothing wrong with that, bro.
I'm gonna be right back.
We used to go to like Denny's and stuff like that when I was younger, and so we would dress up like sometimes for Denny's, you
Fuck
know,
yeah.
and smoke
Hell
cigarettes and drink coffee and you know whatever
Smoking
else.
cigarettes. is
Yeah, you
so
can smoke
serious.
cigarettes in at the time.
Cynthia says, I'll never forget creating a Tide laundry box detergent Halloween costume and walking in the cold rain, having to paint wash. Oh my god, that sounds awful.
Derek, yeah, it's close, but not really.
Step aside, boys. I dressed up as episode 2 Anakin 3 years in a row. Real hair. Jeez, dude, that's awesome. I love it.
Nice. Did you have like a kid's head?
Oh my god.
That would be the
Oh,
best.
I couldn't agree more, man. Nothing intrigues me more than interesting monsters designs, especially if they're practical. Oh yeah, 100%.
My parents always encouraged me to create outfits and stuff because
There you
my
go.
mom was like a seamstress and she could do stuff like that. So she was like, I'll make it for you, you know, like.
Oh, and then we got this one here. My first live stream with y'all, I discovered and binged you right after the hurricane hit us 2 weeks ago. Oh man, well I hope everything's going all right.
Yeah,
for you.
really.
Yeah, I mean
Hope you're
that's
having
just
fun.
absolutely crazy. We've been we're up here in at least Luke and I we're in Ohio, so like we really just got some rainy couple of days and some windy days, but nothing compared to what is going on down south there. It's absolutely
Right.
nuts. So Alex, you're a little closer, but like how was it for you guys?
What,
Arizona?
weather-wise, it was dry.
Oh, really? You guys didn't get any
I'm
of
in the
that?
desert, man. What do you mean?
I figured,
Like-
but like you're a little farther down there. So
Well, the jet stream goes from west to east, so we don't really
Mm.
get hit. And that's when it comes up the Gulf and it spins, like that's like a danger zone in there. That's why that happened.
Alex,
I
need,
used
like,
to
a
do
green
weather, by the
screen.
way.
Yeah, that's what I was
Couple
about to
years.
say. You need like a green screen behind you.
Yeah. Well, as you can see over here, no. Oh, would you look at that? I'm wearing pants.
Oh, we got a couple people on their first live stream.
Alex
Welcome.
did that.
Sorry,
just
I
to
was
get
away
the
for
live-
that.
on live stream.
Thank you, everyone.
Let's. Oh, here we go. Favorite costume? Asian tourist bitten by a zombie or an actual zombie. Okay, all right. There you go. There you go.
No, he's asking, I think. What would you say? Asian tourist bitten by a zombie or an actual zombie? Yeah. Might be a little risky the other way. I don't know what you're going for
No
there.
comment.
I live in East Tampa, lost power and water for 5 days. Jesus.
Damn.
I can only
Glad
imagine.
you're all
but-
right.
Yeah, if you didn't see that, Evan, this gentleman here was saying that they watched our all our videos. They binged them while
Wow.
going through that. So we got them through some tough times. So that feels good. I appreciate that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it
Makes me
always
very happy.
it's very surreal when people will comment stuff like that or like reach out to you on like socials and say like, hey, like I watch your videos all the time. Like they're really great, entertaining to get
Wild,
me through
man.
stuff. It's you don't think about that. Like
I just had someone who said that he was like in a really stressful semester in college and was like using my videos to help get into the Halloween spirit. I was like, I'm fucking honored. Like,
yeah, we have
'cause he didn't
a
have time to watch movies himself.
one of our I don't want to like spread his business, but I know one of the people that we all have, he watches all of our channels. He's been in our live streams a couple times. He's going through a breakup and everything, and yeah, he had reached out and was just like, saying watching our stuff, trying to get through it, and he took like a 2-week break of just everything horror, and then finally came back this week. He literally like left a comment talking about that and coming back to watch our stuff, and then we hit
Yeah.
10,000 like the next day. So it was like
Nice.
it was super cool. So I loved it. It was nice. Good to see him
Nice
back.
face melt. What do you mean by that? I'm getting
do you mean
old,
by
but not that old. Fuck.
Couple things that I wanted to touch on news wise too, real quick, because I know we're getting down to the wire here. I did want to touch on one that I'm going to save it for the last story because I think it's the most important, probably the biggest story, and the one I'm most curious to get some thoughts on. But before that, we did get a confirmation this week that VHS 8 is happening. So
Saw
super duper cool. Alex, you are one of our resident VHS buddies.
Oh, yeah.
So how you feeling? What are you thinking?
I mean, without a doubt, the last one's probably the most successful one they've ever put on. So, I mean, not as maybe, I don't know about for the first two, but at least this new set of VHS, this one has been wildly successful, streaming numbers and people talking about it. But they also did a lot more pushing of trying to get people to talk about it this time. So they definitely reached a bigger audience. But there were some people out there that didn't like this one. I was surprised by it, but hey, everybody has their own opinion.
I heard a lot of the worst comments that we got, like of people who didn't like it, hated fur babies. And
I
Oh
haven't
yeah, I
seen it
thought
yet.
that was weird. I didn't love it, but I liked it.
they hated it because they said it didn't match the tone of the others, and it's like it's kind of why I loved it. Like it's kind of it's my favorite one of the new.
How do
I'm
we know
planning
that
on
she
covering the
wasn't
whole
mind
franchise
scrambled
next
by a
year.
fucking like an alien or something?
Those things were alien enough. They were fucking human dog monsters. Like, come on.
But yeah, as
It's
far as 8
absolutely
goes,
nuts.
I think they're gonna do themes from here on out
They
because of
should.
that. Yeah. Well, they started to do it with the one before it, which was like the 80s one where they had like that the whole beeline or B, what do they call it? Beeline? Wraparound that went through the whole thing was like very congruent to the whole fucking thing almost. It was like all part of it. And they kind of did that with this one here, but this was more themed on the specific episodes. And maybe they asked somebody to do a VHS segment ahead of time, and that's why we got fur babies like that, and why it was so different. And then they were like, "Hey, maybe we should do alien themes," or I don't know.
The piece I wanted to touch on for this one mainly was who are some directors that you guys would like to see tackle a VHS one if we each had to pick a director.
I know mine right now.
Go for it.
When Evil Lurks.
Oh,
Damien
Damien Rudna.
Rudna.
Yeah.
He makes great shorts too. He did that one in what was the one with the fucking monster on the front? The Aztec monster.
The one from
Satanic Hispanics. He did a short in there.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't remember what it's called though.
It's a good one.
I would go with I know it's the safest answer right now, but I'm gonna forget her name. But it's Corlia Fargit for The Substance. I think like her doing a VHS short would be pretty sick.
I'm with Graveyard there. I would love to see David Bruckner do something with them.
He's already done multiple.
Has he already done one? See, I haven't seen a lot of the more recent ones. So I've only seen like the original 2.
Yeah, he did one of the original. He did Siren, which was or
Okay.
not Siren.
Oh right.
What's
he did,
the
didn't he?
short called?
Well,
Alex.
fuck me then.
Wait, for which one?
Siren is the one. It's the one with the girl where they in the hotel room. from the
Oh
first
yeah,
one.
she's a siren. I just can't remember. She's,
Well, they called the movie they made after it Siren, but
Right.
So, okay, then I'm going to give probably a bit of a boring answer, but one, just because I think this director needs to have a chance right now to show that they're capable of doing more than one thing. I want to see Damien Leone do something like that. Because I think he should have like a chance to kind of show that he's not just going to be the Terrifier guy. He's got to show something else.
He's gonna want it now.
Yeah, and I would love to I would love
bitch.
to see him do just something outside of Terrifier.
He's
It's
probably
good.
prepping a whole new thing altogether.
Oh, surely. And I mean, like,
Let's do
he is
the
very clear that
Ninth
like he's
Circle too.
planning on like wrapping up Terrifier in the next 1 or 2 movies, right? Like this isn't
Right.
something he's wanted to do forever. So
I think he said the next one he's only gonna direct, and he's gonna direct, but after that he's gonna hand off, isn't he? Isn't that what he
No,
said?
he's not handing
he's
it off
he's
at
got
all.
he's got his story that he's telling with Sienna and Art, and he's gonna wrap that up, and then he's gonna be
Okay.
done.
Well, I don't want to turn into that
Yeah.
conversation, but
Anyway, I think that would be interesting to see what else he is capable of.
not a bad choice. I would be interested.
Yeah, especially because he did like All Hallows Eve, and there were some short films in there, and it would be cool to see how he's progressed from that point.
I would love to see him do a short film where it's this lady who has to go to a house to get like a painting, and you got to put this in VHS Beyond, honestly. And then there's an alien that just shows up for no reason.
That sounds like it would be the most entertaining short in any movie.
And you don't title it anything. Yes, Jacob Watson, it was Amateur Night. Thank you.
Yeah.
By
By the way, fun fact: David Bruckner did The Signal. Which was also an anthology technically.
Love David.
It was one full story, 3 different directors, 3 different tones. Very great movie. I always talk about it. Seriously, one of my favorite movies.
Cool.
fuck yeah. Yeah, I would agree, Jacob. It's definitely top 5 of the whole series there. I saw another one on here that was pretty good. Oh no, that was just they were talking about. Oh yeah, Dan Trachtenberg. I don't think he's done one yet. Alejandro Jodorowsky's VHS. Let's go.
I think you're right.
Necro,
Daniel.
that's awesome. Yeah, Southbound. Yes, he was also in Southbound. Luke,
Yeah, 'cause
who would you want to see tackle a short?
The guy that was in the first VHS short, or the last VHS short of VHS 1, was in Southbound
Mm-hmm.
when he was in the car. And that creature thing was out in the distance or whatever. Anyway, sorry.
Are they always all directors? I'd love to see Travis Stevens try something. I think he always has unique concepts, especially for a short. But then, like, I was thinking, because I don't know if because like Justin Long had done Fur Baby, so I didn't know if it was just kind of people also trying their hand at it. Because
like Flying Lotus did one,
Right.
and he's doing a full blown movie now. But
2.
is it 2? I know.
He's
Ash, I
in
didn't
Ryan
know about-
Krause's new movie called Night Patrol, which is going to be
he's
wild.
in that
dude.
one. I meant he's
Right,
directing
but I'm just
that
saying.
movie, Ash. Yeah, no, I get you. But
Can't wait
yeah,
for that.
no, Travis Stevens would be good. What was your other pick there for actor?
I was gonna say, like, if we're gonna try someone new at their handed, I'd love to see Kayla Cooper, who is a screenwriter, does like
I like her stuff.
I think it would be interesting to see just
maybe
a
Nun
take
too,
from
let's
her
go.
completely. So
I
think that
just
could be
watched
interesting.
*Malignant* again today, so.
And that's where
Oh,
it's like she always has those interesting ideas that if it's like 15 to 20 minutes, I feel like she could really make it count.
Ooh, Graveyard Key just brought up a great one. Kyle Edward Ball. I would fucking love to see Kyle Edward Ball in a VHS movie.
If he did it, I want him to do something that's not analog, just because he's done his shorts and everything with that. I want to see him do a little bit more of a
short, yeah.
he said
I want
he
to see
would.
him do. I want to see him do something a little bit more, I guess,
Sure.
traditional.
I would love to see him do something in a VHS movie.
And who's Kayla? What did she also do other than
She
*Malignant*?
did like Megan.
Yeah,
she's
she's
a
a
screenwriter.
screenwriter.
She did
She did
Megan.
Yeah,
Megan.
she
and
wrote. She also
think
touched. She touched up Nun too,
and
which
she's
gave us
also
hope.
writing, I think, an adaptation of The Lot, which is a comic book I think that came out, or graphic novel came out in 2021 maybe, or something like that.
I like Megan a lot. They just announced the sequel, and no, they didn't announce it, but they just like revealed the first little piece of.
Oh,
Megan,
yeah.
and I'm excited.
I
like
second
that movie.
Benson and Moorhead. By the way, I love their stuff.
I was gonna say if going off of what Luke said, I'd love to get a round of people who are not traditional directors, but David Dashmalchian, I'd love to see what he brings if he stepped into the director's chair, especially after doing like Late Night with the Devil and everything. Like, just the talent that guy has worked with would be amazing.
He's very well rounded.
Mm-hmm. Evan, you got an actor or like maybe a screenwriter or somebody you want to see?
Nothing that comes to mind immediately. I feel like.
All right, Robert Eggers, just say it.
No. No, I don't know. It might be cool to see him adapt some like old Edgar Allan Poe story, because he did a lot of the short films for Poe stories back in the day, before he started making features. So that could be kind of cool.
I don't think he's the type that would
No.
need to do a short.
That's why I didn't
at
even
this
mention. I
point
don't
in
think
time.
he
Yeah, I
would
was
do
gonna.
that. But Oz Perkins would be interesting. I'm going to be revisiting I Am the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House soon. There's another horror
The
movie from
small
Oz
thing.
Perkins. That's a weird movie.
I was gonna say, if we're talking Oz Perkins, I'm actually like pretty excited for The Monkey, just based off that trailer.
Yeah.
I hope that I honestly don't want them to like overdo the marketing like they did with Longlegs. Like Longlegs needed it. I think just the couple trailers we've gotten, that's good.
Yeah.
Because like I'm pretty
they're
hooked into
going
that.
to,
I'm
but-
excited. So. Oh my god!
I think they kind of
Yorgos Lanthimos doing a VHS. I mean, I don't think he ever would, but like, oh, that'd be awesome.
How about Del
See him
Toro?
go back to something like Dogtooth era.
Wait, what did he do other than Dogtooth?
The Lobster, The Favorite.
Oh, okay, yeah, gotcha.
Killing of a Sacred
Poor
Deer.
Things, Killing of a Sacred Deer.
The Lobster, I remember that one.
The movie was wild. I love it. It's my favorite of his.
Yeah.
All right, now that we've gotten that there, let's bring out the big guns as we wind down here, folks. I don't know how anybody feels about this, but I want to talk about it. So, and I make the news list. So we do what I say, and
We
that's
said we
just
weren't
how
doing
is.
it. So.
Well, I don't fucking care. And we're talking about Godzilla -1 returning to the theater. No, I'm kidding. Actually, I'm really curious. I need to get everybody's opinions here. I'm going to start with Luke on this one. American Psycho is being officially being remade. And this is one that I actually, strangely enough, because of the director that's attached and writer, I'm actually very intrigued to see what's happening, because Luca Guadagnino is directing this and writing it. So I'm very, very curious. Luke, how you feeling?
You know, I think that when did it come out? 2000? Is that when?
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Right around there.
Yeah.
I think
It was like right there.
And I think it's been long enough to warrant revisiting that property. It's not like, it came out a few years ago, and then that one even had a sequel. I think I didn't see it, but
yeah,
with Mila Kunis.
And I'm intrigued as well with Luca Guadagnino attached to this one, just because I think he has such an intriguing method of storytelling that I think you can kind of really deep dive. I'm curious to see, because I know um, it's a pretty big book. I haven't read it, but I'm rather intrigued to see what different take we can get there. I think the one from 2000 is so strong. I revisit that one a lot because I just think Christian Bale's phenomenal. I think the storytelling in there is great.
It's a fun movie.
And I think you can bring up some new, more modern issues in it. I did they say nothing's been released as to what
No,
time period this? Okay.
Nothing has been. All we know is that he's handling it, and that's it.
And that's what's like. I would be intrigued to see a little bit more of a modern take on it, just to see what they can bring, because the one
What's
from
going
the
on?
2000s is so steeped in that time period that I feel like, especially if you bring it for more modern storytelling, that it can feel very different than the 2000 version. So honestly, what I'm looking for is just something different than what we had seen in 2000. So, but I love
Christian Bale's going to be in it as well. They didn't
That's
say if
not
he was
true.
going to be the character.
Did they really
But-
say that?
Did they say that?
Yeah, I just saw this article 2 days ago.
No
It says
way.
Christian
I
Bale
didn't
will
read that at
return
all.
as to the movie. Yeah, he will be in the movie. So
You're
if he's
bullshitting.
green lighting that, then that means something. I swear to God.
I'm intrigued about this, Shirley. I think one thing that's important to note too is that he's being very clear that this is not a remake of the 2000 film. This is a readaptation of the
Yes.
novel, which is a huge green flag to me. I am all for readaptations of things. And the other big reason, aside from just the director who's involved, that I'm very, very excited for this is because of how skewed the perception of Christian Bale's character in that movie has been culturally, where the people that movie is making fun of have taken it as a like, yeah, this is me. It's so cool. Just completely misunderstanding it. And I think that could be such an interesting angle to explore in this version. Just how much that character has been twisted and how misunderstood it is by a lot of people as a complete satire of that lifestyle. So I am very, very excited.
It's
for
like
this.
the Joker for the early 2000s.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
People fucking took that and ran with it. We're like, this is
So,
awesome.
I think it's going to be, I think it has a lot of potential.
Yeah.
I have no
it's-
issues with this at all.
This is one of those movies that, like, growing up, you watch it for the first time and you're just like, holy shit, movies are awesome. Because I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just, it's I love the
The
way
fucking business card
film
scene
is-
is amazing.
it's
The movie's
so
phenomenal.
good. It's one of those movies that's totally the Sigma edits. I love it.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah.
It's one of those movies that's just like so phonetic I think that's the best way to put it, in the way that it's edited, the way that it's all put together, the voiceover, all of it. It just feels so clean. It is like it's a movie that feels almost like it should be made by David Fincher, but it's not. It's actually she did oh fuck Pet Cemetery, I believe. Am I right on there, Chris?
I think that's one of the other
Mary-
really funny
so.
things is that was made by a woman, and there are so many like really sexist people who are like, "This is strong men."
The only
Yeah,
thing
Mary
that I
So
Harron.
missing the
Yep.
point of this.
the only beat that I need in American Psycho that will repeat the original there is don't just look at it, eat it. That's
Yeah.
all we need.
I have a question for you guys because I have not seen this movie yet because I heard it was terrible, but there's something that I'm intrigued about with it. Jacob brought this up. Did you guys see Joker 2?
No, I did not. I
Okay.
don't really have an interest in
So
it.
I want to raise a point. I have not seen the movie, to be clear,
So I don't
and
get
I
to
was not
talk on that
planning on
point?
seeing it at all.
No, fuck you, Alex. You don't get
But,
to talk about nothing. It took too long. You kidding?
The reason that I got kind of interested was because I saw people saying that it was kind of touching on how the first film was skewed in public perception. And that is a fascinating idea to me. So I just wasn't sure if any of you had seen it, but I'm probably going
I've
to check
heard
it out
that
at some
take,
point
yeah.
just for that angle because that piques my interest.
I'm still gonna very much watch it when it hits like Max or something. I don't have time to go to the theater and
No, I'm
see
not
it.
seeing it in the theater, but I will check it out at some point because I'm very curious about it from that angle. I think that's a really interesting angle to take.
The only thing that kind of sucks is like I have really only heard universally from everybody like it's either bad or it's just mid. I haven't heard anybody say it's like actually
Drum
decent.
Dums was all in on it.
Well, yeah,
Movie from Drum Dums,
I mean,
yeah.
you would, yeah, but let's be honest here. Like, come on now.
I'm-
There's only one
I'm-
reason why you support him, and that's
Wow.
Oh, it's the Halloween Ends thing. Oh, you
yeah, I'm
piece of
just
shit.
fucking
Yeah.
It's like,
anyway,
no, I mean,
let's let
he was
Alex
one of
talk
the
about
few
American
people
Psycho.
that yeah, he was one of the few people who was I did see some very positive things. You're right.
I'm
I think there
curious.
was one other, forget who it was. I'll have to go back and look here, but they also said some mildly positive things about it. But yeah, I don't know. I just
See what Graveyard Key is saying. That's kind of interesting to me, and I kind of want to like. That's a cool angle for the sequel. I'm gonna check it out at some point. But yeah, Alex, go ahead.
We're talking about
American Psycho.
this American Psycho remake or reimagining.
Yeah.
So I look back at the article that I was just I might have misspoke, but I'm pretty sure it said that because I'm like looking at my comment and I said, oh, especially if he's involved. So they retracted it. Bloody Disgusting retracted it, but didn't issue a retraction statement in the thing.
you're just schizophrenic, bro. You're just making shit.
No, it's totally in there because there's people and the other people commenting about him being in it. So I know I had to check it to double check, but yeah, some other people, I guess they don't have it in there. But yeah, that changes things a little bit. But I think Guadagnino, however you say his name, is a great choice. I think that he'll treat it with respect. He might be a little harsh. He won't be as like Suspiria is more about suspense, and not that the new Suspiria movie was not suspenseful, but he did show his cards pretty quickly. He didn't really want any mystery in that movie. So they may not have the mystery element in there a little bit of how he kind of dances around things, and it might just be a straightforward brutal punch to the face. So I don't know.
It's weird because like then you watch something like, have you seen Bones and All, Alex?
Yeah, I didn't like that movie. Oh wait, no, yeah, I did like that movie.
Yeah, and that one's such a slow burn. It really takes its time. So it's like it takes its time to really tell out what's going on in that. So it's like I don't even know if I could use Suspiria as like a good comparison there, just because like it's vastly different. Because like the whole first movie, not only is it a fact that it's like an hour and a half longer than the original, but it's one of those things where it's like that movie is the original is working towards the reveal as opposed to him saying, here it is. Now let's play with it. Like, they were like,
hey, they're witches and look at this dick. Like right off the bat. I was like, fuck, dude, Jesus Christ. They go down the stairs in the library and there's a huge, just a ding dong just swinging in the wind. Like flapping with the pages. No, but I mean,
I enjoy both of those movies. I prefer Bones and All. I think I prefer that over Suspiria, but I am really partial to the original too. So
he might have wanted to just have a different reveal so that it would be more surprising and probably focused on that a little bit more. And so it was to us, it's like, oh, you revealed it so quick other than the original. But really he was like, no, I got this other really cool one that you're going to like even more. That's what he was thinking. So maybe, I don't know. I'm just saying.
Bones and All feels like a fucking Tom Sawyer-esque novel, like old Americana story. That's just like about cannibalism. Like I love it. Very, very heartbreaking movie too. Honestly.
Who was the guy in it?
Timothy
It's the guy
Chalamet.
from Dune, right?
Yeah, Timothy Chalamet. I was gonna say that's a perfect thing, and we could start with you, Alex. Who would you like to see take on the role of Patrick Bateman?
Oh man, that's tough. Because I'm so biased because of Christian Bale. Just his portrayal of that guy is just so hate-filled and funny. It's probably one of his best performances. I mean, honestly, like I don't know. It's so hard. He epitomizes it. So it would have to be something completely different in a way. It would have to be someone that would be good at unsettling. Actually, the guy who did, we were just talking about Strange Darling or something like that. What's his name?
Kyle Gallner?
Kyle Gallner could probably do a version of that we haven't seen, and something that would push his boundaries.
I don't discount any of that man's talent.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
at
kind of
all.
on the rise too, so you never know.
Yeah, Evan, who you thinking?
Come back to me. I need to think about that.
Okay, because I've my pick is already in the chat. So, Luke, who are you thinking?
I could see like Bill Skarsgård doing something rather intriguing. I don't know, but that's the only one I could really come up with for.
Motherfucker played Pennywise. Now suddenly everybody wants to cast him
I
in
know.
anything. Just kidding. Go ahead.
No.
No, I agree. He would definitely embody that role. I would like that just because of like seeing his performance from like Pennywise, then seeing him in Barbarian. You can just tell the dude has a wild ass range.
He's
'Cause, like,
incredible.
No, he can only play a
fantastic.
clown apparently.
Clown.
It has
Yep.
to be someone that seems fake on the surface, but also kind of like unsettling. It's got to have that perfect balance. So, like they can be super over to the top nice, that's so fake, and completely unsettling.
Man, there's some good ones in the chat here. My pick was going to be this one right here, Jacob Elordi. I saw him in Saltburn. Luke, you've seen Euphoria, so you would have a better grasp on his talents and his range.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's a talented actor. I haven't he has never played a character like a Patrick Bateman, so it'd be kind of hard to say, he can turn it on, turn it off.
He played Elvis though. It's the same guy.
Difference. His performance in Euphoria is something I think everyone should watch just because there's so many layers to that character. So I think that could be rather interesting. I think I don't know how that applies to, that Patrick Bateman character, but I'd be rather intrigued to see it.
Speaking of Elvis, Austin Butler. We're just going with Elvis actors at this point.
I don't know.
I mean, I think he's got range. He's definitely, I think he could do it. He's got the look. Like, if any of all the actors, he's got that kind of like, because when I look at, Christian Bale in that movie, he's a good looking dude. Like, he's solid. He's got that chiseled kind of look to him. What the hell, Evan? But no, I appreciate that a lot. I think he could do well. Necro Mechanical here says Ray Nicholson. We just saw him in Smile 2. So I'm definitely considering that one. What's
Wow.
Would
up?
anybody be opposed to a Tom Hardy version? Like, I know that he's been doing some weird shit, but
I think he's too old. Personally,
I don't
think he
know.
needs to
I
be a
mean,
bit
what
younger.
it depends on the thing, right? Like, it could be.
Yeah,
what the
I guess
story
that's
is.
right. If they choose to set it there, I mean, I would not be opposed to him. He's a wonderful actor, but like he just feels like that'd be too old for the character. Well, how old is he in the book? Does anybody know?
I think he was
I'm
older
not
than
sure.
Christian Bale.
Okay.
I think I have a weird answer, but I think I know what I want. I would like to see Robert Pattinson take a crack at it. I think he could do quite a good job with that.
Safe as fuck. Why are you so safe tonight, bro? Come on, everybody was gonna say Robert. I'm kidding. No, that was one of my first thoughts too, because that dude's
I think
got
Robert
fucking
Pattinson
range.
could be really good.
I like
mean-
him, but I am more excited about his other movie that he's doing, the clone movie.
Mickey 17.
Yeah, Mickey, than anything he's
Oh,
ever
right.
done. Like, literally, like
On June Hose. Yeah, dude, that looks great.
he seems like one dimensional in a lot of stuff
hell
that he
no.
does.
Oh,
Oh,
dude, you got to
dude.
watch more of him. You got to watch this
I've
movie.
seen
he
a
did
lot
on
of him. I'm just
Netflix.
saying.
Watch this movie he did on Netflix. Fucking The Devil All the Time.
Oh yeah, I
his
didn't get to see
performance
that,
is
though.
wild in that movie.
Robert Pattinson is fucking amazing.
Yeah, that
yeah.
dude's
I mean,
the
Christian Bale was
definition of range.
one
Like,
lane too for a while. So
this one I'm not familiar with. Finn Whitrock. Does anybody know? Have we seen him and stuff?
No,
I'm gonna
I'm
look
not
him up. I
sure.
might be more familiar with him if I see him.
Familiar, unfortunately.
Finn Whitrock. Oh no, this guy. Yeah, he was in fucking what's that movie? He has a small part in The Big Short. Yeah, I liked him a lot in that. No, he's definitely got that look. He's got the look of it for sure.
Yeah, I remember.
He certainly has that.
He kind of looks like the guy from the new Dracula.
Oh, you're talking about Beast.
God, I
from
can't think of his
X-Men.
name.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Fuck. It was Dracula's sidekick.
Renfield.
Renfield. Yeah, that guy. He kind of looks like him a
Yeah.
little bit. But yeah, I remember seeing him in American Horror Story, and he was really good in that as the writer or whatever for the double feature, which was really good. Where they go to that town that's like Innsmouth of, you know, whatever, Cthulhu style, and then like everybody's like infected with some sort of drug that they take. And he was really good in that.
No, I get you. It's Nicholas Holt. That's who
Yeah,
you're thinking
he
of.
kinda
You're
reminds
talking
me a
about
little bit.
Nosferatu. Oh yeah, Nicholas Holt's great. I really like him.
I actually just now looking at the cast of First Class. If we are gonna go older, if you're gonna go for somebody like Tom Hardy, I think you could go either way with this, but you could do James McAvoy or Michael Fassbender.
James McAvoy would be interesting. And I think it would be good for him to get a role where he doesn't have to be like outwardly aggressive the whole time, because I think he kind of has this reputation of being like a very amplified actor. Like I saw a lot of people on when I reviewed Speak No Evil being like he always overacts, but I don't think it's his fault. I think it's just the roles he's been cast in are like asking that of him. So I would love to see him in a role that kind of lets him be more subtle.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
He's
Well,
great.
I'm glad that we all seem to be on the same page as far as just our excitement level for this. It's
Yeah, I have no issues
interesting.
with this at all.
I think this looks good. I was very curious because I didn't know. I don't think we've ever discussed this one, so it was like if we did, it was very, very like short in passing. So I was very curious to see how well
I'd like to
guarded
read the book before
you
the
guys
movie
felt
comes
about
out.
this one. Yeah, Luke was supposed to read it because it was funny enough.
Fucking
That was
laughing.
our last scheduled podcast before we completely started just diving into videos. So Luke was going to read the book, and we were going to do kind of a comparison of the book and the movie in that podcast. I'd still love to do it sometime. I think there's
No,
got to
time
be some
passed.
room
Get outta
for
here.
it. All right, fuck me. All right, no, but
Nick
I'm going to see if
McKeel said something that I wanted to bring up real quick, though. He did say Bateman was 26 in the book and Nicholson is 33.
Oh yeah, I showed
Christian
that. Yeah.
Bale was actually 26 at the time of that movie.
Oh well, there you go.
So,
So
that's
he
what
was
we're looking for.
exactly the age when the movie came out, by the way.
Mm.
I thought he was older in the book, but I don't know.
Yeah, I
Some
mean,
way.
Ray Nicholson did a great job in the small pieces that he was in Smile 2. He has one of my favorite scenes from the movie for sure. I just need to see more from him.
Is it in the
I haven't
car?
seen him in many things. Oh yeah, the car
It's a great
scene.
scene. Really
Yeah,
good.
I really just haven't seen enough of him. Has he really been in much else?
This is the first thing I've seen him in.
The Benchwarmers from 2006. What the hell?
Classic.
Yeah.
Kid
But hey,
Catcher number
sometimes
one.
those wild ones come out of nowhere and they come back and do some great shit. Yeah.
He's very good. Like in Smile too, he was very, very
He was
good.
very good. Yeah.
Although I will say, I don't know if this was intentional or if it's just like genetic. He felt like he was really like trying to channel Jack Nicholson in The Shining, and I think one thing that's important for him to do is to try and set himself apart from that. Like he doesn't want to just wind up being Jack Nicholson's son if he wants to like really break into it, because he was very good. I'm not discrediting anything about his performance, but it was very much like, oh yeah, I'm watching. It felt like someone trying to imitate Jack Nicholson, but that could just be because he's his son and that's how they are.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. You know, I just scrolled past an article in this last. I'll say if they did go for an older Patrick Bateman, I mean, you might as well do Christian Bale depending on how old you are. But if Mark Duplass was a bit younger, he would have been a very interesting take after seeing him in Creep.
Yeah,
Like what a fun
see that.
fucking guy that would be.
Again, depends on. Well, yeah, I can't see him as the executive type. That's the problem I'm having in my brain.
Yeah, I can't see you as the executive type.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely not.
Piece of shit. Fucking, why don't you like take one of my things for once? No, I'm kidding. Well, all right, guys. I think that's gonna bring us to the end here. I think we've had a nice, solid show. Again, let us know if you guys like this format. We're just kind of chilling a little bit more. We're not as structured, not as rigid. Luke, thanks for stopping by, buddy. We
yeah,
appreciate
Luke, it
you
was really
coming
good to
back.
have you on again, buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
man.
Wait
yes,
to,
in a few months.
You see
Right.
couple years. What-
Yeah, older
Tim
Patrick Bateman would
Robinson.
be Tim Robinson.
I love that.
Oh, there we
You
go.
got your bag, Alex. Thanks, sir.
I think so. Evan, just to clarify, I think he's talking about Tim Robbins, the actor, like from Shawshank. But I like your suggestion much better. Tim
I said
Robinson.
Tim Robinson, though. Yeah,
No. Yeah, that's
I see what you're saying.
either one is fine. One, you get a little bit more of a serious take. The other one, you get a very great take. That
Imagine
I
it
want.
came through and like Tim Robinson wound up being like the best dramatic actor you ever saw.
I believe it.
Fucking
I
happened
believe
with
he's-
Nick
he's
Offerman in
so-
Last of Us.
Dude, he's so funny. I'd believe it. I think he could pull anything off he wants. I'm a big fan of I think you should leave in anything that man does.
Yep.
I think you should slash. There you
Hell
go.
Yeah. All right.
Alrighty. Well, that's that, folks. Thank you so much for joining us again for another episode of Beyond the Splatter Graves. You know, we have a lot of fun here, like talking about our horror movies, like arguing with each other. You know, Luke, we'll see you in another 6 months, my friend.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
you
been
know, we'll
good.
play it by ear.
We
Everybody
have to do
soak
some
it up.
Christmas horror movies with Luke, so it's not going to be 6 months.
That's true. You do have to come in December, at least one show, so that way we can.
Yeah,
talk some
for
Christmas
sure,
horror.
dude. Fuck
Definitely.
your family. I'm just kidding.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and all right, I think that's it. So let's see if I get it this time, boys. Until next time, remember, long live the void, stay scared, and we hope you enjoyed your stay.